following is a presentation of Radio Plus Sports. Radio Plus Sports.
Barfnet there for the rebound. Crossover with the right hand. Throws it up for Johnson. Johnson spinning his way inside the paint with the elbow up and in. Bounce with the right hand. Hands off. Here comes Morgan. Dumps it. Good pass down low. Got it. For the Spartans, Ava Engel for Aubrey Leonard. Leonard, duel. Dumps it down low. Madigan. And the hoop and the harm. Looks for Barfnet. Long clutch three. Got it. Lindsay pushes tempo near side. Looking for Shea in the corner. Now takes it. Now flips it. Shea, three. Book it. Zimmerman. He'll try the right side with 7:10 left to play. Nobody steps out. And Mr. Blank says, why not?
Edward Jones Representatives in Fond du Lac, Integrity Saw and Tool, Bauer Chiropractic, Fondy Family Dental, Baker Cheese.
Right Way Home Improvement, Quest Interiors, Addison Jones Real Estate, Holiday Automotive, Taco Bell,
Bristol Morgan Bank, Coal, Oil and Propane, Pioneer Pit Stop, Marco Tax Service,
Pizza Ranch, the National Exchange Bank and Trust, Marine Park Technical College, Silica for your home.
Rademan Stone and Landscape, Dufresne Moving and Storage, Winfield Homes, Everson Law Office, Bob's Pizza.
Airtech, Winnebago Lutheran Academy, Musa Sheet Metal, Scotty's Auto Works, St. Mary Springs Academy, Canberra Casino,
Fond du Lac Credit Union, Hopper's Silk Screen and All-Star Trophy, New Medical Center, Muthig Industries, Pino Construction,
Len's Truck Center, Fox Valley Savings, American Family Insurance Agent Brad Tagliapietra, BCI Burke, Marian University, Into the Woods Wellness, Smith Buildings.
Today's game is also presented by International Paper and Willsport. Lighting and control systems made in Fond du Lac.
Let's go live to the Radio Plus Sports broadcast booth.
Good Tuesday evening to you, and Happy New Year's to you from Radio Plus Info. And tonight we got a non-conference game, a couple of former Flyway Conference rivals, Oakfield and St. Mary Springs Academy. Glad to have you along. Jordan King with you, along with Cam Hatcher this evening. And it should be a good one here tonight. These are a couple of teams that throughout the course of the season maybe both thought there would be a little bit of rebuilding. I don't know if that's the right word for either of these programs, if they'd want me to use that term, but maybe a little bit of rebuilding on both sides of things. And certainly when you look at the records of these two teams coming into tonight, Springs 5-4 and Oakfield 4-3. Up and down is about how you have to say that the season's gone. Now, Oakfield had a lot of momentum heading into the Christmas break. They did not play in a holiday tournament, so their last game came on December 15th, back on the 15th of December. So that's quite a break for Oakfield, and Coach Colleen kind of mentioned that in our pregame talk with him, and we'll talk with him coming up for our Fondy Family Dental Coaches Smile interview. Also caught up with Coach Krieger. They did, talking about Springs, play in a holiday tournament, and they went 0-2 over at Roncalli, played in a couple of games, and now tough opponents, and Oakfield will know Lourdes well. They played Lourdes over there and got beaten a close one, a game that Springs led late, but let it slip away over in Roncalli. And the first one, as Coach Krieger said, just kind of want to flush that tape, just get rid of it as they got beat by 40. It's been a long time since Springs took one on the chin like that on the hardwood, and that is a really good St. Mary Catholic team, and one that I think is going to be playing really, really deep into the postseason coming up in March. So there you go. This is the Integrity Saw and Tool pregame show. As I mentioned, we'll have our Coach's Smile interview coming up a few minutes from now. Keys to the game, the injury report, starting lineups, and then the opening tip. So plenty to come here on the Integrity Saw and Tool pregame show. We're going to take a 3-minute timeout, and when we come back, we will continue on. Springs and Oakfield is on deck here tonight. Stay with us on Radio Plus Info.
The Oakfield Booster Club is a proud sponsor of today's game. The Oakfield Booster Club is a nonprofit organization that supports athletics and other projects that affect the youth of our community. The money raised helps to purchase athletic equipment, off-season programs, facility improvements, and more, scholarships, and many other items for the district in our community. The Oakfield Booster Club is a proud sponsor of the Oakfield Oaks in today's game. Log on to Facebook.com/the Oakfield Booster Club.
Dr. Shane Bauer of Bauer Chiropractic for progressive and traditional chiropractic care. If you're in pain, Bauer Chiropractic offers unique ways to provide relief for many types of pain and conditions. New to this area is MLS Class 4 cold laser therapy, which can be very effective with treating many nagging injuries such as plantar fasciitis, tennis elbow, shoulder pain, knee pain, and many others. Pain relief and prevention are 2 reasons to see Dr. Shane Bauer at 355 North Peters Avenue, Fond du Lac, or log on BauerChiroFDL.com.
Today's game is brought to you by Edward Jones and these area Edward Jones financial advisors. Robert Bruce, located at 976 East Johnson Street. Patrick Ellistad, located at 560 Fond du Lac Avenue. Matt Moses, located at 68 North Main Street. And Jeff Wills, located at 649 Fond du Lac Avenue. Good luck to all athletes in today's game. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
People have a reluctance to go see the dentist. It's an easy thing to put off or avoid altogether.
Until now. Now there's Fondy Family Dental.
Hey, it's Dr. Chad from Fondy Family Dental. My team makes your visit to the dentist a little more fun. We'll make you smile before, after, and yep, even during your visit. Allow our team to introduce you to our membership plan. It's an alternative to using dental insurance. Fondy Family Dental at the entrance of Lakeside Park, corner of Scott and Main, Fond du Lac, or at FondyFamilyDental.com.
That's FondyFamilyDental.com. Integrity Saw and Tool is a proud sponsor of Fond du Lac area sports. They wish the best of luck to all local teams this fall and winter. Integrity prides itself on being the fastest producer of high-quality cutting tools and providing the most reliable sharpening service in the industry. If you're looking for a challenging career with excellent benefits and a family atmosphere, contact the team at IntegritySaw.com. That's IntegritySaw.com.
Here at International Paper, I've gotten much more experience than I have elsewhere. I've seen more in the field than I have anywhere else.
I started from the bottom and I've worked my way up. The people's what make it great. Nobody wants to see anybody fail.
You want a job to where you can display your skills, they can be valued, you can move forward based off your own ability and your ability to learn more. That's IP.
Welcome back here to the campus of Oakfield High School. The Oakfield Oaks and St. Mary's Springs Academy getting ready to get after it here tonight on the hardwood. This is the Integrity Saw and Tool pregame show. Jordan King with you. A few minutes remaining here in the JV game, which Oakfield going the way of many JV1 teams that have played Springs already this year. And it's a one-sided, not kind of, it is a one-sided affair. But it should be a good one here tonight. Mentioned it right there before we before we took our first time out, but introduced Cam Hatcher here in the pregame show. And Cam, a lot of times in sports you say, halftime comes at a good time for teams, and halftime comes at a bad time for some teams. This Christmas break came at a really bad time for Oakfield. They were under 500. They were 2-3 and kind of trying to find themselves. They rattled off 2 wins, and the second of those 2 wins was against a really good Dodgeland team. Trailways is loaded. Horacon's 4-1, Lourdes is 4-1, Dodgeland's 4-2. CWC, we've seen them. In fact, Springs saw them a couple of weeks ago, and CWC is really good there at 2-1 in the conference. Oakfield sits at 3-2. Their last game was that Dodgeland game where they won 51-49, a tight one, and now you have 2.5 weeks off. That's tough for Oakfield. They got to try to regain some rhythm here, if nothing else, before they get back into that tough Trailways.
Absolutely. That's a long break, especially for high school kids that are used to that routine, coming in, their legs, and that's that game scenario is a tough thing to try to recreate in practice. Games just hit a little bit different on the legs for these kids, so that's going to be interesting to see, how they handle game scenarios from a conditioning standpoint, much less the game. Yeah,
no doubt about it. And we talk about Springs, on the other hand. Shouldn't see any rust there. I mean, Springs plays in a couple of games, albeit maybe lost a little momentum in terms of the win column. But as you mentioned, Cam, they never broke away from the practice, game type of rhythm and routine that you were referencing there, right?
Yeah, you expect to see them coming out, business as usual, not have to knock off any rust.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a big key. We may circle back to that when we get to our keys of the game here this evening, but can Oakfield kind of regain some of that momentum that they had before their last game, which was again on December 15th? Coming up next, we're going to talk to Coach Krieger, Coach's Smile interview presented by Fondy Family Dental. Fondy Family Dental, Dr. Chad, his team, they'll make you smile before, after, and yes, even during your appointment. That comes up next. We talk to Coach Krieger. Stay with us here on RadioPlusInfo.com.
Real estate is something that we are doing together. We're in it together till the end. The best achievement that I can have is when the property successfully closes.
Probably the most rewarding part of my role with Addison Jones and Signature Homes is the ability to take a client from the very beginning stages of building a new home all the way down to the point where we turn the key and move them in, and watch their eyes light up as they see the finished product.
Buy it, sell it, build it. That's Addison Jones.
Sargento has definitely given me some opportunities. I am able to live in a beautiful place like this, able to pursue all my passions and hobbies. They want us to have a good quality of life.
Drive with confidence this winter and beyond in a new Ford or Ford Blue Advantage used vehicle. Connect with Holiday for impressive selection and enticing offers. Get more for your trade and experience award-winning guest care. And check out our accessory center for the gear, add-ons, and expertise to customize your vehicle.
Come be our guest and let your new year shine bright.
Find yours and discover the difference at Holiday Ford Fond du Lac.
Happy New Year, Wisconsin.
And thank you for driving with us.
Joint or spine pain holding you back from the activities you love? Exhausted from relying on pain medications? Dreading the thought of steroid shots or invasive surgery? At New Medical Center, we believe in tapping into your body's own natural healing abilities. Our cutting-edge regenerative treatments use your body's own natural biologics to repair and restore damaged tissues. Imagine getting back to a life of movement and freedom in one simple in-office procedure. No downtime, no lengthy hospital stays, and no painful recovery. Isn't it time you reclaimed your life from pain? Call us at 920-324-9899 or visit us online at newmedicalctr.com. That's New Medical Center, 920-324-9899. New Medical Center, 160 Gateway Drive in Waupun. What are you waiting for? Get back to living pain-free. Call New Medical Center now.
You dream it, we'll fabricate it. At Quest Interiors, we fabricate one-of-a-kind countertops, with most installed by next week and completed in just one day. And because we fabricate our countertops in-house, you can buy direct and save money. Visit our showrooms today in Oshkosh and Fond du Lac to start your transformation. Quest Interiors, exceptional style, exceptional savings.
Welcome back here to the Fondy Family Dental Coach's Smile interview, and here with Coach Krieger from Springs. And Coach, thanks for taking out a couple minutes before tonight's non-conference game. And could you just sum up the winner? You guys played in a holiday tournament over in Roncalli, a couple of really good teams that you guys played. Took a couple of losses. Could you just kind of sum up what happened over there and what you thought maybe your team grew from that opportunity maybe?
Yeah, we've tried to forget the first game over there when we played St. Mary Catholic. That was the first time our team has been beaten like that in a while. We picked the wrong night to not play very well, and they played outstanding, and we really had no answer for them once we got to about, midway through the first half, when we were stuck on 15 or 16 points for about 6 minutes off the clock. So and after that, I think we got kind of down, and it was hard to battle back. The next night we played much better against Lourdes. Was still kind of a struggle, but we ended up taking a lead with about, a 5-point lead with about 6 or 7 minutes left in the game, and eventually lost. But we did show signs of life. We're trying to play with our rotation a little bit, and we're trying to find out that combination that's going to work for us.
After this game, and I know there's some more non-conference sprinkled throughout the second half of the season, but very flyway heavy. What are you looking for tonight from the guys in terms of maybe some signs that they're starting to turn the corner?
Yeah, and I've been pretty happy with how we've played the majority of the season. Not so much last week, but we just got to continue to get better, and we have to figure out what it takes when shots aren't falling. We don't shoot the ball like we have the last few years, so we've put a bigger focus on rebounding and crashing the offensive glass. And over last week it seemed like we kind of forgot that because in our first several games we've dominated the glass, and that's helped us get second, third shots. Well, we weren't getting those against St. Mary Catholic and Lourdes. So we got to get back to our strength, and that's one of them. Even though we're not real big, we do a really good job rebounding when we're focused with it.
Maybe if you, again, throw out that St. Mary Catholic game, we talked earlier in the season about that deflection stat that you like so much. Do you still like where that's at? And defensively, again, maybe getting rid of that one game, do you like where you guys have been at in the first part of the season?
Yeah, for the most part. You're never, especially with a team like this year, everyone has a different role. We have some key parts from last year's team as well, but everyone has a different role. And with those different roles, I don't think we're being as consistent as a good team will be, right? When you don't have to remind them, about all the little intricacies of the game. And, sometimes I think our inexperience, we forget some of those key things. And one of them is, getting back to deflecting passes. We try to deny, deflect, disrupt. We want to disrupt their offense. And, last week against St. Mary Catholic, they kind of took it to us. We were not disruptive at all, and it showed. So hopefully we can get back to being disruptive tonight.
Last one here. Oakfield on the road. It's always fun. Flyway and Trailways teams seem to hook it up quite a bit. And here's another one here tonight. Oakfield seems to be kind of rounding a corner in their own right a little bit too. What are you looking for from your team here specifically to try to get a win on the road?
Yeah, we got to contain their quickness. They're not real big. They might actually be smaller than us, but they have really good quickness. With their main guards, and they got a couple guys that are shooting the three really well. So anytime you got to take that away as well with a quick kid, he might take you to the rack if you get too close. So we got to find that balance, like on Bailey Shep as an example. If you get too close, he goes by you. If you're not close enough, he's going to shoot the three. So, but they got a good, solid team. And, we're going to have to play well. And, this is always a unique gym to play in, right? The flyway, we don't have, gyms that are this small, but it's kind of cool to kind of keep that old flyway feel to it, and that's one reason why we continue to play Oakfield is, we used to be in the same conference, and, we've had some battles over the years. So it's always fun to play somebody that is also 15 minutes away as well, and not like Manitowoc, 2 trips last week.
There you go. Coach, appreciate it. Best of luck. Go get him tonight.
All right. Thank you.
There you go. That's Coach Krieger. His St. Mary Springs Ledger is getting ready to hook it up here with the Mighty Oaks, as they call them down here in Oakfield. Integrity Saw and Tool pregame show rolls on right after this.
Katie
Log Cabin of downtown Oakfield says, go Oaks in your game today. Choose from apps, wraps, wings, burgers, pizzas, roasted chicken, steaks, and prime rib, Friday and Saturday fish fry, and more. Katie's Log Cabin of downtown Oakfield. Also see them for a huge catering menu. Life is better at the cabin, where family and friends come to celebrate daily. Good luck, Oaks, in your game today from Katie's Log Cabin.
Will Sport by Wisconsin Lighting Lab. Sports lighting and control systems made in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. Will Sport, a premium sports lighting system. Factory direct application and product support, along with its full line of complete LED lighting solutions, will transform your athletic facility to the next level. Create an unforgettable fan and player experience. So get started with upgrading your outdoor or indoor sports venue. Visit willbrands.com.
Being a smaller organization, I think, gives us such an advantage to be able to adapt to what our customers need, especially at the small business level. They give us feedback on what's important to them and what products and services they need and are important and they value, and we can make adjustments. We can hear our customers as to what they need, and we can make adjustments relatively quickly. I think they see that, they see our flexibility, and they understand this is an organization that wants to work with us. They're not just going to do it their way, they're actually listening and hearing what we need.
For over 100 years, the name Cole is synonymous with quality fuels, lubricants, and propane. That's because Cole is the area's trusted source for farm, construction, and trucking companies, as they partner with these companies to help them achieve their unique goals. The team at Cole Oil and Propane is dedicated to serving you. They pride themselves on a customer-first approach and work hard to make sure you're satisfied. You can rely on Cole for prompt delivery, competitive prices, and quality service. Learn more at ColeOilAndPropane.com.
Back here on Radio Plus Info, also on The Source this evening. Glad to have you along, Jordan King, with you here. This is the Integrity Saw and Tool pregame show. Also joining me, Cam Hatcher. That's the Fondy Family Dental Coach's Smile interview. Fondy Family Dental, Dr. Chad and his team will make you smile before, after, and yes, even during your appointment. See them over at Fondy Family Dental. And talking to Coach Krieger there, took a couple of lumps, including a 40-point loss to St. Mary Catholic. It was 84-44 in that one, and then a 71-66 loss against Lourdes. Both of those coming over in Manitowoc, played at Roncalli for their holiday tournament. So Springs trying to get it back on track. They're still led by Noah Mowell and John Kuhn, 16.5 points per game and 9 rebounds per game for Noah Mowell. And John Kuhn, 13 points per game, 4.2 boards per game, 3 assists per game, and he leads the Springs in that all-important deflection category that you heard Coach talk about there, Coach Krieger talk about. They love deflections, disrupting the other team's offense, getting them out of a flow. I think we saw a little bit of that, Cam, when we did the CWC game a couple of weeks ago, and that seemed to take CWC out of their offense. It'll be interesting to see. You heard Coach Krieger talk about the speed of Oakfield. Can they do the same things against a quick team? You know, CWC's got some quickness too, so it would be interesting to see how that dynamic plays out.
I think Oakfield's got a little better ball handling, a little more experience at the point guard spot. That should help them out, but like the coach said, it's all about if you can impose your will on the other team or if they're going to impose their will on you.
I think another interesting kind of dynamic here, we're going to hear from Coach Colleen coming up from Oakfield, but Springs averages 64 points per game, and Oakfield's down at about 51. So Oakfield, these two teams certainly scored at a different rate, and they play the game at a different pace too. And I thought Springs maybe lost the pace game to CWC a couple of weeks ago. CWC maybe imposed their will, like you just mentioned, Cam, but we'll see. Is Oakfield able to have the same success against a tough team in Springs? We'll see that tonight. So that comes up in just a few minutes. They just started the warm-ups. Maybe you can hear the the music bumping in the background here at Oakfield High School, the Oaks and the Ledgers. We're going to take another time out. When we come back, we will hear from Coach Colleen from Oakfield and talk about the Oaks. That comes up next. Stay with us on Radio Plus Info and The Source.
Hey, Fond du Lac's best-kept secret is no more. Operation Best Chicken and Friday Fish from a C-Store is out. Pioneer Pit Stop. Yes, Pioneer Pit Stop has some of the best takeout in town. The best part? No reservations needed. No need to drive halfway across the country. No special dress code, other than you need to be dressed. You're in and out with piping hot chicken or fish that you thought came from a supper club. Of course, fuel, beer, liquor, ice, snacks, groceries, and tons of other things we all need are always in stock. Pioneer Pit Stop, 20 East Pioneer Road across from Tucker's on South Main Street. It's Fishlicious.
Since the beginning, your curious mind and imagination have guided you, where tools and technology helped you discover the world. At Moraine Park Technical College, you will train on industry-leading machines blended with hands-on learning. World-class instructors will help you shape and design your future in manufacturing. Homegrown, life-ready. Moraine Park Technical College.
Oakfield Elevator is a proud sponsor of high school sports. Oakfield Elevator is a feed and grain company. They service clients within a 30-mile radius of Oakfield. They specialize in dairy feeds, but also have steer, pig, chicken, and other small animal feeds, as well as corn for wildlife. Oakfield also has a grain facility in which they market corn and soybeans for local farmers. Oakfield Elevator of downtown Oakfield. Good luck in your game today.
Here at Pizza Ranch, we believe in happy accidents, like in 1964, when a Buffalo, New York restaurant owner accidentally bought chicken wings instead of chicken necks. The 60s were a crazy time. Well, decades later, and the mistake-turned masterpiece is now at Pizza Ranch. Introducing our new traditional and boneless chicken wings, tossed in our signature sauces. 2 more ways to get the country's best chicken available for carryout and delivery. Maybe it wasn't an accident after all, just delicious fate. Pizza Ranch. Mmm.
The Oakfield Booster Club is a proud sponsor of today's game. The Oakfield Booster Club is a nonprofit organization that supports athletics and other projects that affect the youth of our community. The money raised helps to purchase athletic equipment, off-season programs, facility improvements, and more, scholarships, and many other items for the district in our community. The Oakfield Booster Club is a proud sponsor of the Oakfield Oaks in today's game. Log on to Facebook.com/the Oakfield Booster Club.
Here, Integrity Saw and Tool pregame show. Another edition of the Fondy Family Dental Coach's Smile interview. And here with Coach Colleen from Oakfield. And, Coach, I was just talking to Coach Krieger a couple minutes ago, and a little up and down season for spring so far, and kind of similar to you guys, but seems like your team is rounding the corner maybe a little bit. Is that kind of how you see it, or how do you analyze your first part of the season?
I'd like to say that we're rounding the corner. We won our last 2. However, we haven't played for a couple weeks, so we were off during break. So it'll be interesting to see if we can carry the momentum that we had going before break.
Your team, just from the outside looking in, seems to be shooting really well right now, certainly from 3, and just some comments about your quickness as well off the dribble. What have you noticed in terms of the way that you guys play offense that's been able to get you guys shooting the ball as well as you are so far this season?
Well, I think the key for us to make our outside shots is we still have to get the ball inside and work inside out. Got to get the ball into the post and then have the guys move around the perimeter and spot up, ready to shoot.
Not sure what the statistic is at this point in the season, but Springs is something like 100 more rebounds than their opponents so far this season. What do you guys have to do on the glass tonight? How important is that going to be in kind of how this night goes?
Well, it'd be very important, and that's like always one of the 5 keys to the game for us is rebounding. We're a little undersized. They got to be aggressive. They got to play bigger than what we are and box out on every shot.
You guys schedule a number of these flyweight teams off the top of my head, these guys, WLA and Lamira, looking at your schedule. How important is it for you guys outside of the conference, because the Trailways is a tough place to play too, but for you guys to keep the level of competition as high as you do in your non-con?
Definitely. That was part of my goal, scheduling the games this year. When I was in Oakfield, we used to be in the flyway, so these are old rivalries. We're looking to gain experience through tough non-conference games to help us for the conference and for the tournament.
They call it the Fondy Family Dental Coach's Smile Interview, so maybe outside of winning, which that's good enough, right? But what would make you smile tonight, Coach?
I'm just going to go with winning.
There you go. Coach, appreciate it. Good luck. Go get them tonight.
All right, thanks.
There you go. That's Coach Colleen, and that is your Fondy Family Dental Coach's Smile Interview. Back with more of the Integrity Saw and Tool pregame show. That's right after this.
A personal experience with a custom feel. Each home Smith Builders builds is unique. Their design and selections perfectly crafted for you. With access to hundreds of floor plans, they start by getting to know you and your unique needs. Then, with budget, layout, and family in mind, Smith Builders design partners will hand select the best options, customizing them to fit your precise needs. The process continues in their showroom and partner galleries, where you're guided through the products and fixtures on display, customizing each selection in your new home. To learn more, visit smithbuildersinc.com or stop by 227 Morris Court. Smith Builders of Fond du Lac. Traditional values, exceptional services. A proud sponsor of local high school sports.
At our store, it's about the people, and it's about the experience you have from the minute you walk through our doors. It's about serving you and listening to what you came in for. It's having real conversations with people in our community, and it's giving back. It's being a one-stop shop for all your electronic, appliance, and home furniture needs. Since 1922, we've been sharing our knowledge and providing pieces that make your life just a little bit better. Silica for your home.
Good luck, Oakfield, in your game today from Oak Central on Main Street in downtown Oakfield. Appetizers, salads, soups, homemade pizzas, sandwiches, daily and weekly specials, wings, wraps, and of course the famous Wisconsin Friday Night Fish Fry. Before or after today's game, stop in at Oak Central, Main Street in downtown Oakfield. Good luck, Oaks, in your game today.
The Rademan family has been quarrying and producing natural stone products for over 50 years. Hi, I'm Brock Rademan with the Rademan Stone and Landscape Company. As the first member of our fourth generation family-owned business, I'm proud to carry on the tradition of providing quality stone products to Fond du Lac and the surrounding areas. Is your driveway in need of repair? Here at Rademan's, our crushed stone division provides our customer with stone needed for maintaining your gravel driveway. Our quarry stone division provides landscape stones such as stepping stones and retaining wall stone for your outdoor living areas. We also offer natural thin and full veneer stone for interior applications such as fireplaces or outdoor applications to combine with or replace your siding or brick. Whether building or remodeling, veneer stone can add a natural look and feel to your home. Our natural stone is available in many different textures, sizes, colors, and cuts. Stop out at Rademan's and see our indoor-outdoor stone displays, or like us on Facebook to see some finished projects. Rademan Stone and Landscape Company, where we have the materials to do the best work on earth.
Welcome back here to the campus of Oakfield High School. St. Mary's Springs Academy in Oakfield getting after tonight. The Oaks and the Ledgers. We mentioned the standings in the Trailways. Horicon Lourdes tied up at the top. By the way, Oakfield has Lourdes on Friday. And Springs has a big one in the Flyway. They play the top of the stack in the Flyway as well on Friday. They play at Amro, both those road games. So this is the final tune-up for these guys, both these teams here tonight, before they have huge conference implications with the games that come up on Friday. Again, Oakfield at Lourdes, Springs goes up to take on the Foxes at Omro. WLA and Omro 5-0 each at the top of the flyway. Lemira and Springs both 3-2. Lemira beat Springs before the holiday season, or the holiday break, excuse me. Laconia 2-3, Mayville, Campbellsport both 1-4. North Fondy's 0-5 in the flyway. Got a couple of crossover games here tonight as well, elsewhere in the trailways and the flyway. Let's get you to our starting lineups. Starting lineups presented by Sargento Cheese. Start your new career at careers.sargento.com. Start your new career with Sargento today. Starters for Springs. Now, this is a little bit different than the last time we saw Springs, and you heard Coach Krieger talk about maybe mixing it up a little bit. Number 2 is Ben Baker. Baker is a sophomore guard for Springs, averages 6.7 points per game and also 5 rebounds per game. And again, Ben Baker's just 5'10". His ability to rebound the basketball has been awesome for Coach Krieger. Number 5 is Caden Krusik. We had seen Ben Anderson in the starting lineup quite a bit for the Ledgers, but Krusik going to get the start here tonight, averages 5.1 points per game. Number 10 is John Kuhn, one of the two captains and one of the few seniors on this team that are real leaders for this team. Springs has a handful of them, but Krusik, Lucas, Kuhn are the three that kind of get the most minutes for the senior class, along with Bauer for the Ledgers. And John Kuhn, 13 points per game, 4.2 rebounds per game, and also leads the team in assists. That's number 10, John Kuhn. Number 21 is Noah Mowell. He's the leading scorer, 16.4 points per game. Number 23 is Caden Pitts, and he averages 4.7 and 6 boards per game. For Oakfield, Mitchell Moser is one of the starting guards. He's their leading scorer, 13.6 points per game. Hunter Sobel is number 3, and Sobel averages 5.5 points a game for the Oaks. Bailey Shep wears number 4. You heard Coach Krieger talk about him, a tremendous three-point shooter, 7.7 points per game. Davis Dirks wears number 12. Dirks is the second leading scorer, averages 10.5 points per game, and leads the team with rebounds with 6 per night. And number 25 is Weston Bass, averages 4.1 points per contest. Those the starters presented by Sargento Cheese. For Springs, 2 Baker, 5 Krusik, 10 Kuhn, 21 Mowell, and 23 Pitts. For Oakfield, 2 Moser, 3 Sobel, 4 Shep, 12 Dirks, and 25 Bass. Starters presented by Sargento Cheese. We're going to take another timeout. Integrity Saw and Tool pregame show. We'll have our keys to the game, our Bauer Chiropractic injury report, and the tip coming up next. Plenty to get to. Stay with us on The Source and RadioPlusInfo.com.
Hi, this is Craig Larson, sales manager with locally owned Dufresne Moving and Storage. As an estimator, moving is very important to me, and I take pride in making sure our clients are happy with their overall experience at a reasonable cost and done in a high quality manner. It's all of your goods on the move or in storage, and you want it cared for, whether it's moving their business, building a new home, moving out of state, moving across town. We have a crew that is dedicated on taking care of your stuff. Call me today for an estimate at 1-800-425-MOVE or visit us at DufresneMoving.com. Dufresne Moving and Storage of Fond du Lac, making your move and storage of goods simple. Guess what? We are hiring at Dufresne Moving and Storage for labor and driving positions. Stop in at 800 Morris Street for an application and interview. Stop now.
Winfield Homes is a locally owned custom home building company of over 25 years that prides itself on great service, high quality, and providing the best building experience possible. Owners Jim Boudry and Jason Zellner are there for you every step of the way to ensure that your new home is built just the way you've dreamed it to be. With the same passion that they have for their clients' homes, Jim and Jason are proud supporters of and are personally involved in youth sports programs and are truly committed to their success. Winfield Homes wishes you all the best of luck this season.
Katie's Log Cabin of downtown Oakfield says, "Go Oaks in your game today." Choose from apps, wraps, wings, burgers, pizzas, roasted chicken, steaks, and prime rib, Friday and Saturday fish fry, and more. Katie's Log Cabin of downtown Oakfield. Also see them for a huge catering menu. Life is better at the cabin, where family and friends come to celebrate daily. Good luck, Oaks, in your game today from Katie's Log Cabin.
When you hire the attorneys with the Everson Law Office, you're getting more than professional presentation. The attorneys at Everson Law Office are committed to excellence and have been successfully representing their clients since 2005. Practicing business law, estate planning, probate, guardianships, and real estate, they work closely with their clients, providing exceptional legal services that are catered specifically to their needs. Call attorney William Everson at 920-922-7113 or go to everson-law.com.
Hey, I'm Jeff Cornelli. I'm the owner of Tavern on the Avenue, Bob's on the Avenue, Just Love Coffee on the Avenue. Just Love Coffee is a franchise out of Nashville, Tennessee. We actually interviewed 30 different people, and these people are above and beyond better than anybody else. 90% of the money that is made in the coffee shop is donated to charities. There's nothing in Fond du Lac like this business. It's very upscale, it's family oriented. We got kids games, the kids can play their games, the families can come here at birthday parties and have coffee at the same time.
Back here at Oakfield High School trying to get things situated here. Just had a camera go out on us right as soon as we came on air here, so we'll get that adjusted for you. Integrity Saw and Tool pregame show concluding here with our Right Way Home Improvement opening tip-off. From doors and gutters to roofs and siding, Right Way Home Improvement has you covered. Kick off your home project today. Contact Right Way Home Improvement for your free estimate. Call 920-929-8999 or visit rightwaybuilt.com. So spring's going to start here on your going left to right on your radio dial, and they get it down to Kuhn in the corner in their road blues. Got the black down the side with the white numbers and letters, and defended by the Oaks, who are in the home whites with that bright orange, almost a yellowish orange, with the letters and the black trim. And a 3-ball goes down early on here, and that's John Kuhn. Kuhn, a tremendous shooter for the Ledgers so far this season. Kuhn is up to 31% from 3, and they force a turnover through the Ledgers. So 3-0 on the Quest Interior scoreboard quickly here as Springs takes an early lead. Now, our international paper keys to the game apply today at jobs.internationalpaper.com, and I think it's going to be early in this game, Cam, how quickly Oakfield can get into a rhythm after this long break.
That's going to be important for them to get into that rhythm. I think that's going to set up for, how that second half's going to go. The sooner they can get in the rhythm, the better.
Top of the key 3 goes down for Krusik. So Springs is 2 for 2 from 3, 6-0 on the Quest Interior scoreboard. We've played a minute here at Oakfield High School. Down in the corner for the Oaks, that's number 12, Davis Dirks. Nice pass through to the other side, weak side. Weston Bass catches and finishes on the right side. Here's Kuhn up ahead quickly. Gets it down underneath Caden Pitts. Beautiful finish. Had the up and under, kind of the stop pop. And he finished strongly, 8-2. As Springs, that's the pace they want to play at. High octane basketball for Coach Krieger's crew. And we'll see if they can get some deflections. That was one of the things Coach Krieger wanted. Here's Moser. Dribbles to the middle of the paint, leaves his feet, gives it to Bass. Bass down underneath to Dirks. Dirks, nice spin move. Shovels it middle of the paint, and a strong finish from Hunter Sabel. And Sabel has his first 2, and it's 8-4. 16-11 to go in the first half. Just getting underway here between Springs and Oakfield. Top of the key with Krusik. Hands off to Kuhn. Left wing 3 on the way for Mowell. Got it. 3 for Mowell. And Springs has shot 3 threes. They've made all of them. 11-4, and we haven't played 2.5 minutes yet in this one. Springs is on fire. Far side, this is Sabel, and another deflection for Springs. It'll stay with the Oaks as Mowell tipped it out of bounds. Well, if this is any indication, Cam, I'd say that perhaps there is some rust to be shaken off. Another tip from Mowell stays with the Oaks.
A little bit. In all my years of playing and coaching and being around basketball, it never fails. a lot to be said for playing in a holiday tournament and keeping those legs active.
Certainly helps in the shooting, you would assume, and that's the case for Springs here tonight. 3 for 3 from 3. 11-4, 7-point Springs lead with 15:41 to go first half. Sabo catches on the right wing, looks down to the right corner for Dirks. Instead goes Moser. Nice cut by Moser, missed it strong. And skying for the rebound is Noah Mowell. He's going to run point for Springs to the right wing, down to the corner with Kuhn. Kuhn back to Mowell, fires it over to Baker to the corner with Krusik. He curls around to the middle of the paint, kicks it to Mowell. He thought about another three. This is their best three-point shooter. Ben Baker missed it. Baker shoots it at 38%, does Ben Baker. Missed that one, his first attempt on the night. Here comes Dirks, has it deflected again. Mowell's got his hands in the passing lane. That's his third deflection in 2 possessions. And here comes Springs on the steal. Down to Krusik in the corner, left corner three, on the way. This one no good. And an offensive rebound by the 5'10 Ben Baker. He gets stuffed underneath. Davis Dirks on the rejection. Here comes Oakfield. They want to run. Here's Bass underneath in the finish. Weston Bass on a beautiful look from Mitchell Moser, and it's 11-6. John Kuhn back the other way as the pace is furious here. Ben Baker, corner three. This one comes up short. Baker fell over, Offensive rebound, Pitts finished. Caden Pitts finishes, and he's got 4. 3 threes for Springs and 4 points for Caden Pitts as Springs restores a 7-point lead, 13-6 on the Quest Interiors scoreboard. 14.5 minutes to play first half. Here goes Moser. Mid-range jump shot, and that's the shooter's roll for Mitchell Moser. And he cuts it back down to a 5-point game. Right back the other way, John Kuhn says he got hit on the head. Doesn't matter. Finishes strong on the right side. 15-8. Kuhn's quickly up to 5 points, and we've only played 4 minutes, and Springs already has 15 points. Here's a shot for Moser. Fouled on the 3. Close out from Ben Baker. Not quite good enough. And when the shot's not falling, Cam, try to get to the free throw line, right?
That's a good way to get a rhythm started right there and find that shot if you're off to a slow start like Oakfield is here.
Tell you what, Moser, you probably take 8 points most times in the first 4 minutes, but the way Springs is shot here, they find themselves with a 7-point deficit. Moser hits the first. He's a tremendous free throw shooter, 71.5% from the line. And good on the first, second one, no good. But he'll get another opportunity. Moser's got just 3 points, but he's got 2 assists already, both of them coming to, or check that, one coming to Weston Bass, the other to Hunter Sobel. 13:53 to go here in the first half. Still early scenes, and that's a bit of a relic there from Mitchell Moser. 72% free throw shooter, misses 2 of 3 there. Here goes Kuhn, shovels it down to Caden Pitts, who gets blocked from behind. And that was Moser actually getting back, and he's given up at least 7 inches there to Caden Pitts and able to get his hand on it. Deflected out of bounds. 15-9 underneath inbounds. Ends up with Mowell. Mowell hands it off to Freund. Freund looks to the corner. Freund, by the way, came in for Baker. And here is Sam Lucas. Lucas kicks it out. Top of the key. 3 on the way. Kuhn missed it. Offensive rebound by Freund. Stripped away. Good hands that time. And was, they were able to reestablish in the front court. Thought it was going to be over and back from John Kuhn. Kuhn steps into a 3 this time, missed it. Another offensive rebound, Caden Pitts. Pitts is having a tremendous night so far on the boards. Springs statistically a much better rebounding team than Oakfield is, and so far so good in that regard. 13-19 to go first half, and Pitts looks to build on a 6-point Springs lead. He does with the first free throw. Bo Bile coming in for the Oaks. One of their top 5 scorers. Second free throw goes down for Caden Pitts. So a perfect start to the line, to the night from the line for Pitts, and he's got 6 points early on and an 8-point Ledger lead, 17-9. And the first touch comes here for Bo Bile and shovels it back out to Dirks. Dirks looks underneath. Bile! And he can't finish. He was fouled by Freund. But that was a beautiful passing cut that time, Cam, from Bo Bile, and a good look.
Good look, just could not get it to fall. They're going to need his size in there on those boards.
Kind of got a sense there of what Coach Krieger was talking about in the pregame with the tremendous shooting of Bailey Shep as Bile hits the front end of the free throw, cut it back to a 7-point game. But the Ledgers just closed out ferociously that time on Bailey Shep, who's Oakfield's best three-point shooter. And instead of shooting it, he found a cutting Bo Bile. Bile makes the first. On the season, he's just a 35% free throw shooter. That one looked a little bit more like 35%. Rattles off long. Rebound comes down with Max Bauer. Bauer up ahead. Gets to the middle of the paint. Good ball movement, ends up with Kuhn. Back out to Lucas. Sam Lucas dribbles, middle of the paint. Cuts it out. Offensive foul. Great defense that time from Oakfield. And Davis Dirks took the charge. Lucas just a little bit out of control and kind of lowered the shoulder there too. 12:46 to go first half, 17-10 on the Quest Interiors scoreboard. Springs with the lead over Oakfield. Moser jogs into the front court. Here's a three from the corner. It was a good find from Moser. Tough pass. It's going to be tipped out on the miss. That was Brody Colleen, who couldn't get it to go in the corner. Brody Colleen, a sophomore for these Oaks. And looks, when he trots out there, one of the smaller players on the floor for sure. Hard to believe when you look at Coach Colleen, and I don't know if there's relation there, but man, Coach Jason Colleen he is massive. He's got to go about 6'5", 6'6". Here goes John Kuhn down the lane, spins on the left side, and he's fouled. Good patience that time from Springs to open up an opportunity on the drive for John Kuhn, who has 5 points and goes to the free throw line to build on that with 12 minutes and 12 seconds left in the first half. First free throw for Kuhn is good. Springs stays perfect from the line, 2 from Pitts, and that one from John Kuhn. We're going to see a reintroduction here of Hunter Sobel and Bailey Shep. And a second free throw upcoming here for Kuhn. This one's good as well. Kuhn's up to 7 points. As we tick closer to 12 minutes here in the first half, 9-point Springs lead. Colleen bounces down underneath to Bile. Back to Colleen. Here's a triple on the way. Looks good. Just comes up short. It was dead on. Springs bats out the rebound. Couldn't collect it. That was Lucas who got his hand on it. Not able to bring it in. Lucas guarding here against Braden Glugla, and they get in the deflection, steal, and John Kuhn, be careful. Kuhn tried to dunk it, and Springs thought there was a foul underneath there, no whistle, and we'll see what direction this goes in. John Kuhn tried to dunk it, and as the Oakfield player came back, looked like he got undercut a little bit. Ooh, that could have been a scary one there, Cam. I mean, he hit his head, but I think he kind of caught himself before he did. So he looked okay, walked off the floor, did get a substitution as Ben Baker's back onto the floor. Trying to bring it down, bring down the house with the dunk. There's a loose pass from Hunter Sobel on the next possession. Turns it back over to Springs with 11:32 to go first half, a 9-point Springs lead. Freund catches in the corner. Top of the key with Lucas. Ball movement here is good. Freund catches now on the left block. Gets it out there to Baker. Baker drives. Floater no good. Left it a little bit long that time, did Ben Baker. And the rebound was strong from Bo Bile. Bile, check that. Excuse me, that's Sobel. Looks down underneath. Bile with the finish. Bo Bile's got 3 points for Oakfield as they get it back to 7. They've cut it to 7 a couple of times here in this first half after Springs raced out to a 9-point lead, but haven't cut it to anything less than that. Here's a 3. This one no good from Max Bauer. Tipped out from Freund. And a good block out that time from Glugla. And we'll see if Oakfield can get over that little kind of mini hump that they've not been able to so far, Cam. This is a big possession early on, I think.
Could be a momentum changer right here.
10:47 to go first half, 19-12 on the Quest Interiors scoreboard. Springs leads Oakfield by 7. Nice offensive action, ends up with Glugla underneath, and he's going to go to the free throw line. I'll tell you what, that was from Shep to Sobel, and Sobel had it for about a quarter of a second, just bounced off his hands down to Glugla. Beautiful pass and move from Oakfield, and Glugla's at the line. First free throw for Braden Glugla is good. And he'll get one more. Glugla, a 56% free throw shooter. Second one, a couple of rhythm dribbles. That one no good. So right on the season average, goes 1 for 2. Ben Baker on the board, and he's into the front court like a flash. Near side, Krusik gets it down to Freund. Freund surveys and probes the defense. Krusik catches left wing. 3 on the way, no good. Strong this time. So after starting off as hot as he could, Springs has cooled off quite a bit here from 3, and they lead by 6, 19-13. Crossing over here is Sabel, drives to the left side, scoops it up, no good. In a beautiful rebound, skied for and taken in from Sam Lucas. Lucas down to Baker, bounces to Krusik, count the basket and the foul for Caden Krusik. Krusik's up to 5 points, and on the push, here goes Krusik to the free throw line for an and-one opportunity. Wasn't sure if they were going to get that on the floor first, but Krusik was going up for the shot. Krusik on the season is 3 for 5, make it 3 for 6 now from the free throw line. Hasn't gotten many opportunities there. And the Ledgers lead it by 8, 21-13 on the Quest Interior scoreboard. Nice take from Bo Bile, blocked by Krusik. Offensive rebound and a tip-in coming here from Glugla. Glugla's up to 3 points, 21-15 with 9:40 to go first half. Here goes Krusik, shovels underneath, nice pass, Krusik, and Pitts can't finish, but Krusik gets the offensive rebound. Can't finish it that time either. Rebound being fought for. It's a loose ball underneath. Pitts has it, tries to shuffle it out. 3 different Ledgers on the floor and a couple of Oaks. No one gets the basketball, and it's last touched by Oakfield. That was a great scramble by both teams there. There were about 6 or 7 players, Cam, that were laying on the floor by the end of that one.
Like to see that hustle. Almost looks like a rugby match out here instead of a basketball game.
Just someone got to secure it. It slipped out about 3 or 4 guys' hands underneath there. 9:23 to go first half. Krusik catches the inbounds from Baker. Kuhn, Baker runs through now to the right wing. Top of the key between the circles, almost taken away from Sabel, and I think that was that goaltending. It was. Oh no basket. It was offensive goaltending. They're going to say that Davis Dirks was the first one to touch it. There were 2 different hands up there, and I quite frankly couldn't tell which got it, if it was the Springs player or the Oak. And they're going to say it was Dirk, so wipe that off. 21-15, just under 9 minutes to play first half. Here's Krusik down to the corner with Lucas. Good to see Sam Lucas out there. Didn't see him for quite a while there battling an injury, but he's back out there and looks as explosive as ever. Here's John Kuhn off the missed shot. Kicks it to the corner. Baker for 3. Got it! Ben Baker hits Springs' 4th 3 of the night. And it's a 9-point lead for St. Mary Spring. 24-15 on the Quest Interior scoreboard. 8:25 to go first half. Over on the far side, this is Bo Bile catching in the short corner. Got it that time from Sabel. Now to the middle of the paint. Gets doubled. Spins. Doesn't matter for Bo Bile. A strong move from Bo Bile. He's up to 5 points. Here's Krusik in the front court. Kicks it to the corner. Right corner 3 on the way. No good for John Kuhn. He's missed his last 3 threes. And a rebound on the far side was Hunter Sabel. And we're going to get a 30-second timeout here from Coach Kleen. We're going to take it with him. With 7:55 to play first half, it's a 7-point Spring defense. Another deflection from Noah Mowell. Down to the corner with Dirks. Dirks on the block. Kicks it over Mosier. Right wing 3, no good. And the rebound fought for, collected by Pitts. It was tipped up by Ben Baker. Baker's got the outlet pass from Pitts. Down to the corner with Lucas. Sam Lucas, 3 on the way. Missed it, rattled in, rattled out. No good for Sam Lucas, and the rebound is a good one from Mitchell Moser. The Oaks back into the front court, this time with Hunter Sabel. Sabel did a nice job with the point guard duties while Moser was on the bench. And now Moser gets to the free throw line, kicks it down to the corner. Here's Shep, his first chance for 3. Bingo for Bailey Shep. He's the guy you got to watch out for Oakfield, and Springs left him open that time. 26-20, Springs leads by 6 points. on the Quest Interior scoreboard. Here's Noah Mowell trying to respond with a three of his own. Rattles out, no good. Offensive rebound, Ben Baker. The 5'10 sophomore gets another offensive rebound. He's up to 5 points, and the lead for Springs back up to 8. 6 minutes to play, first half on the Quest Interiors scoreboard. Coming up at the halftime, we'll have our Holiday Automotive halftime show. Stick around. There's another deflection, this time from Baker. Steal for Mowell, back up to Baker. Ben Baker finishes on the right side with a finger roll. And just like that, don't look away, excuse me. And Springs back up to a double-digit lead, tied for their largest on the night, 30-20. Checked that item for 11 earlier. So nearing that biggest lead with 5:30 to go first half. Here's the take from Dirks, out of control, no whistle that time for either way. And Hoffman's got the rebound on the miss, deflected in the front court, and a good job that time from Weston Bass to get his hand on that. It'll be an underneath inbounds play here for Springs. Bile and Glugla back in for Oakfield. And Jack Holtzman into the game for his first action here for Springs as well. Down underneath, here's Mowell off the inbounds play. Count the basket and the foul for Noah Mowell. That's great strength underneath. That time, Cam, from their main man, leading scorer, Noah Mowell, able to power up through the defense.
I think that's all that was. You're absolutely right. Nothing but strength on that one.
It's got to be nice when you're struggling. If you're struggling offensively, I would say 32 points in the first half wouldn't necessarily constitute struggling. But if it's not falling for you, give it to the big man, let him go to work.
That's right.
So Mowell to the free throw line. He's a good free throw. He's a tremendous free throw shooter. He shoots it at 74%. And Mowell hits that one as well. Like I said, you don't find guys who are the size of Noah Mowell that move like he does and have the shot that he does. Speaking of shots, here's Bailey Shep. Don't let him heat up. If you're the Ledgers, got to keep control of him, and Shep hits his second three in as many possessions. 35-23, 12-point Springs lead. Here's a Noah Mowell three. This one rattles around, no good. Tipped out last by Luke Schwartz. Back to Oakfield. And Shep's got the last 6 for Oakfield, and they need a little spark here. Just letting it slip away a little bit here as we near the halftime intermission. 4:42 to go until halftime. Here goes Moser down the lane. No, pretty move from Mitchell Moser. He's got 5 points and a beautiful take down the left side. Back to a 10-point advantage for Springs. Springs, one-handed pass that time, looking for Schwartz. Mowell just a little loose on that one, and we'll see if Mowell's going to come out here or if it's Schwartz. No, they're going to – I didn't know if the one-handed pass was maybe going to find Noah Mowell on the bench, but Freund comes back in. Tyler Hoffman, a couple of really good minutes that time for the Ledgers. 4.5 minutes to go here in the first half. Oh, Davis Dirks, the behind-the-back pass. Well, that's not a behind-the-back pass. That's an over-the-head pass. And maybe a little ill-advised, but Springs couldn't make him pay. Underneath inbounds coming for Oakfield. It's Moser. Miscommunication. He thought Glugla was going to flare off to the corner, and that didn't touch anyone. Can't have those turnovers, Cam, when you're trying to get back into a game.
Absolutely not. They got lucky with that over-the-head, no-look pass.
Yeah, agreed. Here's Springs back the other way. And down to the corner here with Noah Mowell. Mowell on the right side. Kicks out to Holtzman. Nice shot fake there. Back to Mowell. Mowell's going to keep firing. This one's no good. Schwartz almost able to collect a rebound. They just corrected the scoreboard, by the way. They had it a 10-point Springs lead. It's just an 8-point Springs lead. 33-25 on the Quest Interiors scoreboard. And the travel in the corner. Another turnover. Back-to-back possessions for Oakfield, in which they turn the ball over.
Not what they were hoping for to shorten this gap before the half.
No. I think Springs' bench just realizing that they changed the scoreboard as well and trying to make sure that they got the right ones. I can add up my points at halftime, make sure they got the right ones, but, you know, I don't think they're going to trust the radio guy. Here's Luke Schwartz down the lane, right side, and Schwartz finishes. And you said it there, Cam. You turn the ball over on consecutive possessions, and here goes this lead that you had down to 8, now back to 10. Schwartz at the free throw line. 3.5 minutes to go first half. First basket of the night for Luke Schwartz. Misses the extra one for the Ledgers. Gets back promptly. Moser wants a transition. 3, stepped into it, no good. Tipped around, rebound, and Mowell's got it. Mowell fires a pass up ahead. There's John Kuhn. Finishes left hand. That's a really good finish from John Kuhn to switch hands. Moser was coming down for the block from behind, and Kuhn finished strongly. 37-25. Springs lead back out to a dozen with 3 minutes to go on the Quest Interiors scoreboard. First half of action here on Radio Plus Info and The Source. We've gone back and forth. We've only had 1 30-second timeout in this first half. It has been, the pace has just been tremendous. Here's Springs into the front court after another Oakfield turnover. Krusek, corner 3, no good. And a rebound skied for. That's a beautiful board from Davis Dirks. And Oakfield's going to slow things down here with Moser. 2.5 minutes to play first half. Moser between the legs, down the lane, scoops through, finds Shep. Shep wants his third 3 of the first half. You betcha. Bailey Shep, don't let him get going. Here's Freund. Freund back up the court the other way. Springs runs after everything. Misses, makes, doesn't matter. And Freund missed that one. But Bailey Shep, my goodness. He didn't shoot his first 3 till about 8 minutes left in the first half, Cam, and Springs should be happy about that, I'd say.
Absolutely, because if he's heating up like that, you less amount of time you can have him shooting, the better.
He has not missed tonight, Bailey Shep. He's got it right now between the circles, working on Ben Baker. And hands off to Hunter Sobel. Bo Bile on the near side, left wing. Down underneath to the left block. Dirks with the hook shot, no good. Rebound out to Mowell. Mowell fires one up to Kuhn. Kuhn down the lane with the left-hand dribble. Fires up a left-hand shot, no good. Rebound, a couple of different guys went flying down, and Shep got the board. It's a 9-point lead for Springs, 37-28. $1:40 to go here in the first half. Bile catches. Hands off, Moser shot fake. Back to Bile. Bile working on Pitts. He turns. He's got the count. He's got to be careful. There's the dribble. Good awareness that time from Bo Bile. Moser catches on the feed from Shep and just had that one rattle out. No good. And an ill-advised pass that time from Krusek, taken away by Shep. Shep, stutter step, down the lane, and finds Sobel. Hunter Sobel on the beautiful feed from Shep, and it's a 7-point contest just like that. Here goes John Kuhn, and Kuhn's fouled by Bo Bile with 1:04 to go in the first half. There was 1:04 on the clock. They're still running the clock right now. There's 1:04. See if they get that right. 1:04 was on the clock when the foul happened. Again, they don't have to trust the radio guy, but I was watching. So John Kuhn to the free throw line. Tonight he's 2 for 2 on the season, 62.5. And Kuhn will have a chance to build out what is a 7-point Ledger lead. 1:03 is what they'll put back on the clock, and Kuhn will go to the charity stripe. I'll call that good enough. Kuhn tonight has 9 points, make it 10. The first player for either team into double figures is John Kuhn. Bailey Shep is close on his tail with those 3 threes, but just the 9 points. 38-30, the Ledgers lead. Second free throw for John Kuhn is up and good. So Kuhn has 11 in the first half, nearing his 13-point per game average already, and we're still in the first frame. Here's Hunter Sobel. Dribbles out near the half-court stripe as Springs still in this 3-2, 1-3-1, whatever you want to call it. And Ben Baker's got his hands on it, and they're going to get a travel on the floor. Keeps it with Oakfield. I'm not sure. Good hustle there. A lot of times they let him get away with a little bit of slide, Cam. Not that time.
Not that time.
So Springs going to stay. It doesn't look like a 1-3-1 when it's flattened out, but I think that's what it is. Either that or a very funky 2-3. Whatever it is, it's giving Oakfield problems. Here's another Noah Mowell steal, and he got the ball up ahead to Baker, and Baker was fouled in transition, and that's going to be a bonus foul. And Ben Baker will go to the free throw line. Baker, as good a three-point shooter he has struggled from the free throw line. 46.2% from the line this season is Ben Baker. And he'll get a 1-and-1 bonus here.
It's too close for him.
I guess so. Step back, hit a three. His three-point percentage is really creeping close to his free throw percentage, which is unique. Here's a Hunter Sabo three. Looks off, and it missed off to the right. And Mowell fights for the rebound. Last touched by Noah Mowell. So with 20.6 seconds left in this first half, Springs has a 9-point lead, 39-30. And after racing out to what was an early 9-point lead, Springs had about 9-point lead within the first couple of minutes. They haven't really been able to capitalize on it on a couple of runs down the stretch here. Here goes Mowell, and Mowell's fouled after he stole it on the inbounds pass. And another errant pass from Oakfield. They've struggled on the inbounds passes underneath.
I know Springs said that was kind of their MO to get their hands, be active, be in the passing lanes, and knock balls away, but it certainly helps when other teams throw in lazy passes.
I'd love to see the statistical breakdown after this one. If Springs is able to continue what they're doing defensively, they have had all sorts of deflections here tonight. Mowell hits them both. So it's 41-30 on the Quest Interior scoreboard with 13 seconds left. Here on the near side, Sabo. Between the circles is Moser. Back to Sabo. 5-4 down underneath, and a take. Beautiful take from Glugla. And here is Baker from half court. Oh, man, he just missed it strong from Ben Baker. That was a good effort there from the sophomore. 41-32 is our halftime score on the Quest Interior scoreboard. Springs leads Oakfield by 9, and it was about a 9-7. It fluctuated a little bit, got down to 5, got to do up to as many as about 13. It's been, I think that 9-point mark is about fair for how this first half was played. Springs jumped out to an early lead, but Oakfield able to play some resilient basketball through that first half. So 41-32. And we will take a timeout here. When we come back, we'll have our Holiday Automotive Halftime Show. All of that's next. Stay with us here on The Source and RadioPlusInfo.com.
Camden is a student from the Fond du Lac community. He joins us to give his wellness journey from Into the Woods Wellness.
Back in May, I started to get very tired, and I wasn't sure what was really going on with me. It started progressively getting worse, really high fever. I just really wasn't getting out of bed much. And that's when I went to my doctor. They took my blood, told me I had mono. My symptoms slowly went away, but what stayed behind was the fatigue and exhaustion. I was falling asleep, I was always tired. My mom mentioned that there was a place I could go get these IV treatments that would hopefully help me. I got my first IV treatment. I felt a little bit better. Went back week after week. By about the third week, I was feeling just amazing. I hadn't felt like this in several months. I was up again. I was hanging out with my friends. I could go to work full days, and I felt like a totally new person again.
Log on intothewoodsjourney.com. Into the Woods Wellness, where you can start your own wellness journey.
Are you unsure of what career path you want to take? Musa Sheet Metal is looking for motivated individuals to join their highly regarded apprenticeship program. Throughout the program, you'll learn the skills to be able to run your own job site. A career at Musa Sheet Metal is a chance to join a driven team working together to design and build products to help build communities. Learn more at musasheetmetal.com. That's musasheetmetal.com.
Build products that build communities. Apply at musasheetmetal.com.
The Oakfield Booster Club is a proud sponsor of today's game. The Oakfield Booster Club is a nonprofit organization that supports athletics and other projects that affect the youth of our community. The money raised helps to purchase athletic equipment, off-season programs, facility improvements, and more, scholarships, and many other items for the district and our community. The Oakfield Booster Club is a proud sponsor of the Oakfield Oaks in today's game. Log on to facebook.com/the Oakfield Booster Club.
Scotty's Auto Works for affordable auto care, from tires and alignments to routine auto maintenance. Trust the guys at Scotty's Auto Works, next to Pump and Pantry, Fond du Lac.
Here we go.
At Camera Casino, we are making magic happen.
If you have a lot of slides sitting at home, we can magically put them on a CD for you. Need a different lens? We can fix that.
If you need something to carry all of your equipment, watch this. Oh, sometimes smaller is better.
Whether you're looking for cameras, tripods, or accessories, Camera Casino can make magic happen for you.
Welcome back here on Radio Plus Info and The Source. Jordan King with you, along with Cam Hatcher here this evening. Glad to have you along with us here for this evening's contest. High School Sports Today on RadioPlusInfo.com, presented by these four Fond du Lac area Edward Jones Financial Advisors: Matt Moses, Jeff Wills, Robert Bruce, and Patrick Ellisted. Edward Jones is making sense of investing. Halftime here, 41-32 on the Quest Interiors scoreboard. This is the Holiday Automotive halftime show presented by Holiday Automotive. It's worth the trip. And the highlights here, I would say, Cam, we talked pregame about the long break. I mean, December 15th to January 2nd is a long time to not play a basketball game. And before Oakfield blinked, Springs was up by 9. And from that point on, it's been a pretty even. I mean, it's been back and forth. This game could very well be tied if Oakfield doesn't spot them those points early on, right?
Absolutely. And I think that break from live gameplay is just something you can't recreate in practice, no matter how hard you try. And it was evident. The Springs came right out of the gate. Man, they were hot right from the start.
That's obviously the one thing is maybe a little bit of rust that you got to knock off. The other thing, though, that we talked about pregame, I'll be interested to see is, you mentioned the legs, is sometimes, the game, like you said, it's hard to recreate the game intensity in practice. Be interesting to see if Oakfield down the stretch here can continue, because they got back into this thing and they went toe-to-toe with a really good team.
Yeah, they really did. And it's good to see them fight like that. And remind me the name of that three-point shooter. Is it Baker?
Shep, excuse me.
Shep,
Sorry,
yeah,
Bailey Shep. Yeah.
Getting him hot. He comes out and gets a couple to start. That kind of sets the tone for Oakfield starting the half. I'd be looking for him early, try to get him momentum going from him behind the arc. That's a quick way to get back in the game.
I think he might have had two two-point attempts early in that first half, but a guy who can shoot the three like he can, man, for him not to shoot a three until well into that first half was certainly a good job by Springs to take him away. But you're right, I think Oakfield's going to want to look for him. That'll get us into some statistics here. Bailey Shep had 9 points, all of them coming from threes. It was about a 5-minute stretch where he hit all 3 of them and really got Oakfield back into this thing. Mitchell Moser had 5, Hunter Sabo with 4, Braden Glugla off the bench along with Bo Bile. Both of them had 5 points, so 10 bench points for Oakfield, and then Weston Bass rounded it out with 4 points for the Oaks. That adds up to 32 points. For the Ledgers, they got 5 from Caden Krusik, 6 from Caden Pitts, 7 from Ben Baker, and 2 off the bench for Luke Schwartz. So 10-2 bench advantage for Oakfield. But the 2 leaders, and this has kind of been the case all year long for Springs, Noah Mowell 10, John Kuhn 11. And kind of like we said with Shep, where, man, you really got to figure you got to focus on him. I think Noah Mowell, you can make the same case for Springs, really didn't get into the flow of the offense that much, but him defensively getting into transition was huge for them in that first half.
He is. I feel like the offense and defense starts and ends through him. He's to see a big man that can move like that, and he is not afraid to take that ball and push it up court.
No doubt about it. He is fun to watch, the 6'3", 220-pound junior that can move and can shoot it. There you go. Those are Holiday Automotive halftime highlights brought to you by Holiday Automotive. Back with more. We will have the second half of action here on Radio Plus Info and The Source when we return. Stay with us.
The Oakfield Booster Club is a proud sponsor of today's game. The Oakfield Booster Club is a nonprofit organization that supports athletics and other projects that affect the youth of our community. The money raised helps to purchase athletic equipment, off-season programs, facility improvements, and more, scholarships, and many other items for the district in our community. The Oakfield Booster Club is a proud sponsor of the Oakfield Oaks in today's game. Log on to Facebook.com/the Oakfield Booster Club.
Pino Buildings offers a complete turnkey service package, starting with design and engineering and ending with high-quality post-framed buildings. Their ability to offer unique, flexible designs and distinctive solutions for their customers differentiates Pino Builders from the competition. Pino Buildings specializes in commercial, agricultural, residential, personal shop, mini storage, and everything in between. Call them at 920-922-7010. That's 920-922-7010. And turn your vision into reality.
Monthly payments, due dates, late fees, debt can feel overwhelming, and it can be hard to keep up. But it's a new year, which means a fresh start. If you're ready to hit reset, a debt consolidation loan may be right for you. Instead of having to keep track of separate balances, due dates, and lenders, you can make a single payment each month to hit all of your debt. At Fond du Lac Credit Union, we believe settling your debts doesn't have to be complicated. Get a fresh start by visiting fdlcu.com or stop in today.
Katie's Log Cabin of downtown Oakfield says, "Go Oaks in your game today." Choose from apps, wraps, wings, burgers, pizzas, roasted chicken, steaks, and prime rib, Friday and Saturday fish fry, and more. Katie's Log Cabin of downtown Oakfield. Also see them for a huge catering menu. Life is better at the cabin, where family and friends come to celebrate daily. Good luck, Oaks, in your game today from Katie's Log Cabin. Muthig Industries in Fond du Lac would like to wish our local high school sports teams best of luck this season. Muthig Industries is one of the area's top full-service manufacturers of precision metal stampings, laser cutting, production machining and turning, tool and die manufacturing, and custom metal fabrication products. Muthig Industries in Fond du Lac, where quality is an attitude and producing high-quality parts with on-time delivery is of the highest importance. To find out more, visit MuthigIndustries.com. Muthig Industries, 33 East Larson Drive, Fond du Lac.
Welcome back here on RadioPlusInfo.com, ready for the second half of action. Tonight's game powered in part by Will Sports lighting and control systems made in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. To get started upgrading your outdoor or indoor sports venue, visit www.willbrands.com. There you go. And we're ready for the second half. It'll start with Oakfield, now moving left to right on your radio dial. And a quick look underneath, and Weston Bass has his first bucket of the second half. And this cuts it back down to a 7-point Springs lead. Krusik drives, kicks it out to Kuhn. Between the circles with Baker. Good ball movement here from Springs, as it normally is. Mowell catches in the left corner. Back out top of the key with Krusik. Miscommunication. Is it a turnover? Saved. And it is a turnover. Shep's got it. Coming into the front court. Looks to the near side. Dirks. Oh, what a pass. Finds Bass again. Offensive rebound. He missed it. And the rebound is collected by Springs. One thing I got to touch on here, Bauer Chiropractic injury report. Got paid Dr. Shane Bauer. We missed this in the pregame, but Ben Anderson is not in uniform for Springs, and that's a big one for the Ledgers averages 7 points per game. He's their third leading scorer. But just wanted to come back around and circle that. We started that in the first half there. Ben Baker comes around a screen, and he hits the three. That's a big one there from Ben Baker. His second three of the night. He's the third different Springs player into double figures. He's got 10. 16:45 to go second half, and Springs has a 10-point lead. 44-34 on the Quest Interior scoreboard. Now Baker's got a steal. He took it away from Dirks. Baker into the front court, good patience, kicks it out to Krusek. Krusek, middle of the paint, gives it to Baker. Left corner three on the way, back to back for Ben Baker. He's got all 6 of them for the Ledgers, and the Ledgers have a 13-point lead. 16 and a half minutes to go in the game. Full timeout. We're going to take it with them back in a minute after this on Radio Plus and The Source.
Team on top of the game for screen printing, custom awards, signage, and embroidery is Hoppers. Hoppers Silk Screen and All-Star Trophy, located in the heart of Fond du Lac, can custom print to 1 shirt or 1,000. Pick from Under Armour, Gildan, Nike, and more. Choose your school for a custom one-of-a-kind look. Need banners, signage, or vehicle wrap? The team at Hoppers does it all. Hoppers Silk Screen and All-Star Trophy at the corner of Main and Merrill, Fond du Lac. Get more now at hopperware.com. That's hopperware.com.
Oakfield Elevator is a proud sponsor of high school sports. Oakfield Elevator is a feed and grain company. They service clients within a 30-mile radius of Oakfield. They specialize in dairy feeds, but also have steer, pig, chicken, and other small animal feeds, as well as corn for wildlife. Oakfield also has a grain facility in which they market corn and soybeans for local farmers. Oakfield Elevator of downtown Oakfield. Good luck in your game today.
Back just in the nick of the time here as Oakfield's into the front court with Mosier. And looks to the far side with Sabel. Sabel, a couple of ball fakes there. They're trying to get the ball into Bo Bile at the high post, working against this shifting zone from Springs. Moser's got it now between the circles. Back to Sabel. Skip pass this time to Shep. Good closeout from John Kuhn that time. Skip pass again to Shep. Wouldn't mind seeing him pull the trigger on one of those, Cam. He's got a little space on this right wing. Down underneath, and Bass has it poked away. Another deflection there, and Pitts gets the steal. Mowell's into the front court. Baker, he's hit 2 threes already. This time drives middle of the paint, kicks it to the left corner with Mowell, Kuhn, now Krusek. Krusek in the right corner as the ball just pinballs around the offensive end for Springs. And Krusek's now on the drive. Kicks it to the right corner, Ben Baker. Baker with the jab step. Drives, kicks, left wing three for Noah Mowell. No, Pitts, offensive rebound, finds Mowell on the cut to the hoop, and he's fouled. He'll go to the free throw line for his first chance for some points here in the second half. 10 points in the first for Mowell, and he goes back to the charity stripe right now.
Yeah, I'm with you down here, Jordan, on the other end for Shep. I feel like he's got enough space. He could pull that three. And with as hot as he's been, you know he's itching too.
Decent, pretty high release point. Gets it off quick. Yeah, I think you're right. There's enough space to do so. At this, against good teams, there's always going to be a hand in your face. Second free throw missed by Mowell. Offensive rebound for John Kuhn, and Kuhn finishes on the putback. Oh, man. Springs starting to impose their will on the glass. And just getting a clock situation figured out here. They're just going to run a few seconds off the clock and get things ready to roll. They missed it after the made free throw was the last time the clock was running. And so caught that up with a little time run off the clock. 16-point lead for Springs. Now 15-14 to go in the ball game. 50-34 on the Quest Interior scoreboard. So Moser gets it into the front court, dribbles down to the right corner. He's hounded as Springs is back into man-to-man defense. Krusek, did he throw it off of the head of Bile in time? He did not. Stays with the Oaks. So Oakfield will inbound underneath with Moser. And he will be guarded by Pitts. As I mentioned, Oakfield's had some real trouble getting the ball in, and they'll get it in here. It didn't look pretty, but they keep possession, which, you'll take that. Shep is working on Baker. He's got a couple inches on Ben Baker. If he can get free and, as I mentioned, unload that shot. That was deflected into the backcourt. Here is Shep. Shep, far side, finds Bass. Back to Bailey Shep. Shep finds Sobel. He's working on Krusik with 14:40 to go in the game and a 16-point Springs lead. Sobel misses that one strong. And here's Baker on the rebound into the front court. Finds Mowell. Back out to Baker between the circles. Baker is pushed on the drive from Mitchell Moser. And it'll be an underneath inbounds play coming up here for Springs as Max Bauer comes back into the game. So Springs will have the inbounds, and they are going to let Oakfield subs here as well. High school sports today on RadioPlusInfo.com, presented by these four Fond du Lac area Edward Jones financial advisors. Matt Moses, Jeff Wills, Robert Bruce, and Patrick Ellisted. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Down to the corner, here's Ben Baker. Can he hit his third? No, missed this one. Come up a little bit short. And Mowell is the last to bat it out of bounds, as we're going to see Sam Lucas introduced here in the second half as well. And Baker's going to get a couple of minutes on the bench. Baker with 6 quick points, back-to-back threes, helped build this Springs lead that at halftime was 9 out to 16. Here's a bounce pass down underneath. Bile working on. That was great defense by Bauer to avoid fouling. Here goes Mowell the other way. Can't get it to go. Offensive rebound by Pitts. Kicks it out to Bauer. Max Bauer, power dribble down the lane, up with the right hand, and he's fouled. So Bauer on one end, able to get a deflection and defend without fouling. Then on the other end, runs the floor well. And after Pitts wasn't able to finish, Bauer will go to the free throw line. First attempt for Bauer is good.
I didn't think it would be this soon into the second half, but it looks like Oakfield's legs are lacking already.
That's a good point. And we talked about it. You're right. We talked about it at halftime. There were 4 Springs players that beat 3 Oakfield players down that time, down the floor. It was a 4-on-2. So after a couple of Bauer free throws, Springs leads all the way up to 18 points. Got to be careful here with Dirks. Working on Mowell. Poked away, fouled. Ooh, they're going to get it on 21, which is Mowell. I thought that was Pitts on the reach-in, but instead Mowell on the shove. Just the first on Mowell. No foul trouble really to speak of for the Ledgers with the 18-point lead. 52-34, 13-32 on the Quest Interiors scoreboard. Here goes Dirks, and a beautiful finish over the shoulder from Davis Dirks. And Dirks averages 10 points per game. That's his first points of the night for Oakfield. Held scoreless through the first 23-some-odd minutes here in this one. Here is Mowell. Takes it from Pitts. Euro step down the paint, and he finishes. Noah Mowell up to 13 on the night. And Springs lead back out to 18 points. 13 minutes to go on the Quest Interior scoreboard. Here is Colleen. Bounces. Dangerous pass, but it's taken in by Glugla. He's defended by Sam Lucas. Bounces down. Nice play by Shep down to Bile. Bile had it poked away, and it's a steal. Here's Lucas up ahead. Got it from Kuhn. Count the basket and the foul for Sam Lucas. He lets out a yell, and he's going to the free throw line. The lead is 20 for Springs. My goodness. And Caden Pitt's going to take a seat. Jack Holtzman into the game. Moser's back in. He replaces Shep. Shep still has yet to get a shot off here in this second half. Leading scorer for the Oaks. Offensive rebound on the miss. Missed free throw was Mowell, and Mowell gets blocked. It was a good job to stay with it that time from Glugla. Got a hand on it. Into the front court comes Moser. And a turnover for the Oaks yet again. And Coach Colleen is rightfully so visibly frustrated. They average 17 turnovers per game. They're well above that here tonight. I can't keep track of every single statistical category, but I got to believe they're above 17 tonight, Cam.
Yeah, and especially if you were to break it down between forced and unforced.
Yeah.
You know, those forced turnovers to a certain extent you can live with, but the unforced ones, man, they're stacking up tonight.
I think you're right. You know, Springs is going to force you into, 10 or 15 just with their high intensity. But when you give them another, 10 or 15, yeah, that's no doubt about it. Here goes Mao. Got the ball from Kuhn. Down the left side of the paint he goes. Gets his own offensive rebound. Blocked by Bile. Good job defensively by Bo Bile. Here comes Moser the other way for Oakfield. And a carry for Mitchell Moser. We'll turn things back over to the Ledgers. Baker comes back in, joined by Luke Schwartz. Both players checking in for Springs. And they take out their two captains, John Kuhn and Noah Mao. 20-point lead for the Ledgers, 11:40 to go in the ballgame. Bauer's got it between the circles, crosses over, down the paint goes Max Bauer, feeds the corner. Here's Holtzman, 3 on the way, comes up short. Rebound, Bauer's got it, kicks it back out to Holtzman. Holtzman drives the paint, hands off, there's Lucas. Lucas, another offensive foul. That's the second time tonight. Sam Lucas has been whistled for the offensive foul, and both times just kind of put his head down and went. And a couple of offensive fouls. Just his second on the night for Sam Lucas. Moser's going to walk it into the front court for the Oaks. He goes down the right side. No shot. It's going to be on the floor. I think they're going to get Bauer on the foul here. You have Bauer just on the wrong side that time, and if we were talking football, that was kind of trail technique a little bit, and got caught with the hand to the back. Bauer's going to check out. Came in and gave the Ledgers a couple of points, a couple of good defensive possessions as well. 11-12 to go, and a 20-point Springs lead remains. Hoffman came in for Bauer. He's working on Glugla, and Glugla down the lane finishes strong. And he's got 7 points here off the bench for the Oaks. Down underneath, Schwartz gets good positioning. Holtzman finds him, and he missed it. Rebound down with Moser. 10:47 to go. Can the Oakfield Oaks go on a little bit of a run here? Moser is fouled once again on the drive, and it's an underneath inbounds. This time Hoffman picks up the foul. And we'll see who Caden Krusik comes in for. He's going to take out Jack Holtzman. 18-point lead for Springs. Also going to see the reintroduction of Weston Bass here for the Oaks as well. And Oakfield's got the underneath inbounds pass. Here is Bass into the game, into the scorebook. Great inbounds play that time. Oakfield's really struggled with that tonight, but that time they got it to go. Bass has got 8 points. Here's Sam Lucas for the Ledgers back the other way. Baker in the corner. Out between the circles with Krusik. Krusik down the lane. Another offensive foul for the Ledgers. This one taken by Glugla. So a couple of empty possessions for Springs. A couple of nice offensive possessions for the Oaks. And this thing's starting to tighten up a little bit. And we're going to get a 30-second timeout. We're going to take it with them quickly, so we'll step aside. 16-point lead for Springs. Back with more after this. Stay with us.
Hi, this is Danny and Heather with AirTech Heating. At AirTech, our motto is honesty, integrity, and quality craftsmanship.
When it comes to your home, you want the person working on your equipment to be upfront and tell you what you need.
But also what you don't need. We deliver whatever it takes service to take care of you. Our technicians are NATE certified, meaning they are the most highly trained in the industry to be servicing your equipment.
If you're stuck with a broken furnace or air conditioner, call our team at AirTech Heating at 924-6742.
Back here on Radio Plus and The Source. Tonight's game powered in part by Willsport. Sports lighting and control systems made in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. Get started upgrading your outdoor or indoor sports venue. Visit www.willbrands.com. So it's a 4-0 run. It feels like it was more than that.
It really does. That was a lot of energy. The big man for Oakfield, he really brought it there on the defensive end. And
yeah.
You can tell his presence inside gave him a little energy on the offensive end.
Bile doing a terrific job. But, yeah, it just seemed like it was more than a 4-0 run. Here's a 3 from Colleen. No good, and a good block out that time once again by Baker. hard to imagine. Baker's 5'10", he averages almost 5.5 rebounds per night. Here goes Krusik down the lane. Good look from Baker. Krusik couldn't finish, and it goes back over to the Oaks. So after a hot start to the second half, Springs has cooled off. Still 10 minutes to play, so plenty of time for Oakfield to do something about what is currently a 16-point deficit. 9:50 to go on the Quest Interior scoreboard. Glugla's got it on the far side. Looks here to Shep. Back to Glugla. Shot fake there. Bounce pass down to Bile. Bile blocked. That time by Noah Mowell. Hoffman's got the rebound. Kicks it to Krusik. Back. Trailer. Pitts. Across the court. And Baker couldn't finish it. Oh, man, there's another opportunity for Springs that goes a-begging. Rebound is cleared from Oakfield. Here comes Glugla on the left side trying to lob it down to Bile. Pitts gets a deflection and the steal for Hoffman. Hoffman finds Mowell trailing. Mowell down the lane, right side, up with the right hand, no good. He'll go back to the free throw line where he is 5 of 6. Check that, 4 of 5 tonight for Noah Mowell, and he'll head back there where he shoots at 74% and 80% tonight. So Mowell trying to continue his success from the charity stripe. This free throw comes up short, so he's missed his last 2. And again, with Mowell, it's not a case of shooting 74% and he's only shot a few free throws. He gets to the line a ton for Springs.
His style of play is going to lend to that,
right.
too, as aggressive he is going to the basket.
You might as well be good at free throw shooting if you're going to play the way that Noah Mowell does, and that's exactly what he is. Hits the second one, so 1 for 2 on that trip. Springs' lead is up to 17 points. 9:08 to go on the Quest Interior scoreboard. 57-40, Springs over Oakfield. Moser tries to hit the floater, missed it. Rebound down to Noah Mowell. Mowell into the front court, feeds Krusik, in the corner. Krusik 3 on the way, and he buried it. Caden Krusik hit the second 3 of the night on the second possession. Now he hits this one, and Krusik is up to 8 points for the Ledgers as their balanced attack has fed them well tonight. And the lead like that is back up to 20. And it was last deflected that time on the entry pass from Pitts. Stays with the Oaks. And Kuhn, Freund going to return for the Ledgers. 8:34 to go in the ball game, and another steal on the inbounds pass. That underneath inbounds has just killed Oakfield tonight. And they turn it over yet again. Into the front court, Mowell feeds it down to Pitts. Freund, now Kuhn, back out to Mowell. Mowell leaves this one well short. Rebound being fought for underneath. Krusik almost had it. Cleared from Oakfield up to Shep. Bailey Shep tries to work on Freund. Freund doing a terrific job there defensively. Bouncing down to Bile. Bile's got a big advantage here. Another deflection from Mowell. Pitts has the steal. Mowell up ahead on the right side. Tries to scoop around. Offensive foul. Going back the other way. I don't think Coach Krieger liked that one because Mowell did a good job to control his body there. And sometimes you don't see that called then, Cam, because you're by definition you can't be out of control if you're able to kind of
He did a
contort
good
your body.
job of avoiding a defender there.
Yeah.
That's one that could have gone either way. You almost like to see a no call on that.
Yeah, I thought he did a good job to kind of contort his body around it. But it's a foul on Noah Mowell nonetheless. He would have, well, it doesn't really matter. Mowell's had himself a nice night again tonight. He's up to 14 points. Down to the corner. Here's a Shep 3, and he's fouled. Bailey Shep, not a guy you want to foul on a 3, and back-to-back fouls from Noah Mowell. And here comes Sam Lucas to the scorer's table. I would assume he's probably going to come in for Noah Mowell. I would say 3 at this stage in the game really isn't, that doesn't necessarily constitute foul trouble. But Shep has not scored since the first half when he had those 3 threes and makes this one.
Could see that relief after he knocks that one down, too, to finally get back in the book.
Shep, a 69% free throw shooter. You would assume he'd be a pretty good free throw shooter with the way he shoots the 3 ball. And he is. Mowell's going to take a seat as they bring in Sam Lucas. Talking about Springs. Last of the 3 free throws, no good. So a couple of opportunities. Moser was fouled on a 3 in the first half. He made 1 of 3, and same thing that time from Shep. Make just 1 of 3. Here's Krusik for Springs coming back the other way with a 19-point lead. Springs can be patient with it. Freund in the corner, kicks it down to Pitts, back out to Freund, who hands off to Kuhn. Kuhn now working on the left side, kicks it out to Krusik. 7:20 to go in the game. Krusik has this one batted away. Moser's got himself a steal in the passing lane. Up ahead he looks, gets it to Dirks. Davis Dirks goes baseline. One-handed pass fired over there, ends up with Shep in the corner. Good pass from Sobel down to Davis Dirks. Dirks can't get it to go. Offensive rebound yet again for the Oaks. Here goes Moser. Floater up, one-handed, good. Mitchell Moser with a smooth move. He's got 7 points, and the lead for Springs is now 17. And another deflection, that time last touched by Freund. And again, Oakfield's got a little bit of momentum. Here comes Bauer off the bench for the Ledgers once again. 60-43, 6:49 to go in the game. Bauer replaces Krusik for the Ledgers. Moser has it with the Oaks in the front court. Gives it to Dirks. Now lobs back out Shep. Over to Sobel. Sobel with a head fake and a block. And Springs has racked up the fouls the last couple of minutes, and that's going to send Sobel to the free throw line, where he shoots it at a 61% clip. No doubt about it, Oakfield has left some at the line here tonight. They are 4 for 10.
Can only imagine that's going to be the first thing Coach brings up in the locker room after the game.
And the front end here missed as well. I got to believe so. The things that you can control, turnovers, free throws, things like that. And Oakfield's been a little sloppy here tonight. Here's Sam Lucas into the front court for Spring. Down to the corner with Freund. Freund kicks it over to Bauer. Good ball movement, ends up with Kuhn, top of the key. Shot fake there. Goes down the right side, kicks it to the right corner. 3 on the way. Freund got it. That's when it's good for Springs. It is good. It's beautiful basketball, and it ends up. That's exactly what you saw there. 20-point lead restored for Springs as they just continue. Every time Oakfield edges a little bit closer, they just keep them at arm's length. Here's a Shep 3. Got it. That is the response he needed. If you are Oakfield with Shep, 13 points now for Shep, his 4th 3 of the night. I can't recall him missing a 3. And that is last touched by Lucas. Wow. Lucas drove the paint, had it poked away, but it touched him last. So it goes back over to Oakfield, who are down by 17. Going to get a full timeout here from the Oaks. We're going to take it with them. We return with more. Springs leads by 17. You're watching and listening on The Source and Radio Plus.
Katie's Log Cabin of downtown Oakfield says, go Oaks in your game today. Choose from apps, wraps, wings, burgers, pizzas, roasted chicken, steaks, and prime rib. Friday and Saturday fish fry, and more. Katie's Log Cabin of downtown Oakfield. Also see them for a huge catering menu. Life is better at the cabin, where family and friends come to celebrate daily. Good luck, Oaks, in your game today from Katie's Log Cabin.
Gas prices, home expenses, education. Will those costs always go up? Probably. At Winnebago Lutheran Academy, we can help you with one of them. We are a part of the Wisconsin Parental Choice Program, a program which enables qualifying families to receive a quality Christian education at no cost. That's right, 0 tuition if you qualify. To learn more, visit WLAVikings.org.
Living it for 4 years, loving it forever.
Back here at Oakfield High School, glad to have you along this evening. Jordan King, Cam Hatcher with you. High school sports today on RadioPlusInfo.com, presented by these 4 Fond du Lac area Edward Jones financial advisors. Matt Moses, Jeff Wills, Robert Bruce, and Patrick Ellisted. Edward Jones is making sense of investing. 63-46, a 17-point lead. I could just hear Coach Colleen there during that timeout for Oakfield saying to his guys, he's like, now's the time. If we're going to make a run, we got to make it now, Cam. 17 points. Crazier things have happened in 5.5 minutes, but there's another turnover.
That's exactly what you got to limit if you're going to make a run. But they've got the shooters to do it. It's just, can they stop with these turnovers?
And Sam Lucas missed it. Foul on the rebound as they get Luke Schwartz on the foul. And again, this is the last single bonus. From here on out, it's going to be 2 shots each for Oakfield, and that's another opportunity perhaps here for the Oaks to try to get back into this thing, is even up the free throw count, where Springs had quite a significant advantage earlier on in the game. And here goes Dirks to the line. Dirks had not shot a free throw in another front end miss. They're now 4 for 12 from the free throw line. Not so charitable stripe tonight. And Springs into the front court with Baker. Finds Lucas. Cross court to Kuhn. Down to the right corner with Baker once again. And Springs swings it around. Here goes Max Bauer. And missed it. Tipped out here to Moser. Moser with a head of steam. Poked out. Stays with the Oaks. Good job by Sam Lucas to retreat defensively. And with 4:52 to go in the game, we're going to see the reintroduction of Noah Mowell as well as Caden Pitts. So it's the starters for Springs minus Krusek plus Sam Lucas. So pretty much all of the starters back out there for Springs, as I think Coach Krieger recognizes this too. If Oakfield's going to go on a run, it's got to be right now. Get the guys back in there. Here's Shep, hounded by Lucas. Nice job by Sam Lucas defensively. Down to the corner. This is Sobel. Sobel working on Pitts. Drives baseline. Now tries to kick it out. Finds Shep. Shep jab steps once and retreat dribble back out near the half-court stripe. Crosses over. Kicks it over here to Sobel. Sobel on the right wing. Top of the key with Moser. Stop, pop. And just left it short. I thought he hit it off after it left his hands. Here goes Sam Lucas. Lucas up with the left hand. A foul on Weston Bass on the blow-by. He got the arm of Sam Lucas. Lucas is 0 for 1 from the free throw line. His second trip is right now. 4:11 in the game. Springs leads by 17. Lucas has 2 points this evening. As I mentioned, coming off of a struggle with injuries early on in the year and just trying to get back into it for Springs. And he could be a big piece coming into the second half of conference play. When you go back around the round robin, now Springs has a big one on Friday. They take on Omro at Omro. So does Oakfield. They're at Lourdes. And Lourdes team that beat Springs, as you heard last week in that holiday tournament up at Roncalli. So 65-46, both free throws good for Sam Lucas. And he's up to 4 points tonight. And Oakfield comes back the other way. It was with Dirks. Dirks has it again on the left wing. And Springs jumping back into this zone. Dirks has it. Dribble drive, kicks it out. Moser wants a straightaway three. This looks better, missed it still. And Shep on the offensive board. Down to Sobel in the corner. That's tipped once again. Guess who? Noah Mowell. And the steal ends up with John Kuhn. Back to Mowell, down to the corner with, I'm going to check, yeah, it's Baker underneath. And he gets it into Pitts. Caden Pitts backs his man down, little hook shot. And that's smooth from Caden Pitts. He's got 8 points as well, does Caden Pitts. And the lead for the Ledgers at its biggest now. It's 21. And with 3:14 to go, not much doing from here on out for Oakfield, you got to believe. Don't touch that dial, though. Coming up, Fox Valley Savings Bank post-game show. We're going to have that for you. Hoping to talk to Coach Krieger and one of the victorious Ledger players, as they look like they're going to get back in the win column here tonight. Certainly got back on track with the deflections and things of that nature. Here's another one. Mowell able to steal it. Up ahead to Kuhn. Mowell to Kuhn, and Kuhn's got it. John Kuhn only has 4 points in the second half, but he's got 15 on the night. He has now passed Noah Mowell for the leading scorer for the Ledgers. Mowell has 14. As I mentioned, Kuhn with 15. Dirks, backdoor cut, looking for Moser, stolen away with Pitts. Pitts to Baker, back to Pitts. And Pitts into double figures with 10. And Springs going to use a full timeout here. And we're going to take it with him once again. 2:17 to go. And Springs has opened up a 25-point lead. Back with more after this on Radio Plus.
Good luck, Oakfield, in your game today from Oak Central on Main Street in downtown Oakfield. Appetizers, salads, soups, homemade pizzas, sandwiches, daily and weekly specials, wings, wraps, and of course the famous Wisconsin Friday Night Fish Fry. Before or after today's game, stop in at Oak Central, Main Street in downtown Oakfield. Good luck, Oaks, in your game today.
Come on. Come on, you can do it. Yeah, come on, show me. Come on. Come on. Well, come on. Come on. Yeah. Good boy. Come here. Come on.
Jackson, are you going to come over here?
Back here at Oakfield High School, the Oaks and the Ledgers. Springs leads at 71-46 on the Quest Interior scoreboard. Going to get an offensive foul on a moving screen. Tonight's game powered in part by Will Sports. Sports lighting and control systems made right here in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. To get started with upgrading your outdoor or indoor sports venue, visit www.willbrands.com. 71-46. Well, post-game show, we'll have our player of the game, final statistics, get all of that to you coming up in the Fox Valley Savings Bank post-game show. Hope you'll stick around for that. Here's Holtzman, kicks it down to Hoffman in the corner. Back out there with Tate Schufs, and Hoffman has that one taken away. Here goes Glugla, and he's going to go to the free throw line with $1:48 to go. Glugla is having a nice night. He's got 7 points. Oakfield has just 14 points in the second half compared to 30 for Springs. And that really starts to open things up, obviously. Not telling you anything you don't know there. Glugla hits the front end of the two. And he'll get one more. Second free throw is no good. Offensive rebound. Collected underneath and kicked out to Colleen. They were trying to get Alex Erber to shoot that in the corner. Instead, he passed it out to Colleen. Here is Marshy, gives it to Brody Colleen. And a good screen and roll from Bo Bile, and Bile will go to the free throw line. So, well, they're saying 1 and 1. It should be 2 because that's foul number 10. Yeah, they got it. So Bile to the free throw line. He's 1 for 2 there tonight. First free throw is up and good. And the second free throw for Bo Bile rattles around and is good. So he's 3 for 4 from the free throw line here tonight. Minute 30 to go. Springs lead still at a healthy 22 points. 71-49 on the Quest Interiors scoreboard. Here goes Tate Schufs down the right side of the paint. Kicks it out to Jack Vanderson, who looks to the far side to Schufs. Schufs bounces down underneath. It's last touched by Colleen. 72 seconds left in this one. Springs has been in control for much of this second half. And there were a couple of runs that were made by Oakfield that you thought might have got them back into the game, but they just a few too many mistakes on the turnovers, missed some opportunities with some free throws. That one's Oaks tried to save that one, but I think it's good to have one of these against a non-conference team, obviously Cam, but when you got a big game on Friday against a good Lourdes team, you got to get some of these things out of your system, right?
Right, absolutely. You know, knocking that rust off, you get it out of the way.
Yeah, no doubt. And I think Oakfield probably did a lot of good here tonight, despite the fact that the scoreline is not going to be very flattering to the Oaks, although they are right around what they average offensively, 51.5 points per game. Jack Holtzman underneath gets on the score sheet as well.
Yeah, you never want to see an outcome of a game like this, but if you are going to have one, it's better to be a non-conference game for sure.
Absolutely. Again, they're still right in the thick of it here in the Trailways East with Horicon and Lourdes both 4-1. They already beat Dodgeland. Here's a 3-ball for Killeen, comes up short. Rebound down to Holtzman with 10 seconds left. That's going to do it. Here, the final score, well, it's poked away by Oakfield, and that's going to be the last action. 73-49 on the Quest Interior scoreboard. That's the final score. Springs holds Oakfield to just 17 second half points, while on the other side scoring 32, and they get the win here by 24, 73-49. And we will come back after a break, and we'll have our Fox Valley Savings Bank post-game show. Hopefully we'll be able to catch up with Coach Krieger again, maybe one of his players that was able to get the win here on the road non-conference. So Springs back in the win column. They move to 6-4 on the season. Take a time out, come back with more. We're back after this. You're watching and listening on The Source and Radio Plus.
Integrity Saw and Tool is a proud sponsor of Fond du Lac area sports. They wish the best of luck to all local teams this fall and winter. Integrity prides itself on being the fastest producer of high-quality cutting tools and providing the most reliable sharpening service in the industry. If you're looking for a challenging career with excellent benefits and a family atmosphere, contact the team at integritysaw.com. That's integritysaw.com.
When the temps start to fall, make sure your furnace isn't going to fail. Furnace maintenance from All Phase guarantees that you and your family are ready for all phases of winter. Hi, this is Jackie with All Phase Heating, Cooling, and Geothermal, serving Dodge, Fond du Lac, Marquette, and
Integrity Saw and Tool is a proud sponsor of Fond du Lac area sports. They wish the best of luck to all local teams this fall and winter. Integrity prides itself on being the fastest producer of high-quality cutting tools.
The Oakfield Booster Club is a proud sponsor of today's game. The Oakfield Booster Club is a nonprofit organization that supports athletics and other projects that affect the youth of our community. The money raised helps to purchase athletic equipment, off-season programs, facility improvements, and more, scholarships, and many other items for the district in our community. The Oakfield Booster Club is a proud sponsor of the Oakfield Oaks in today's game. Log on to Facebook.com/the Oakfield Booster Club.
when the temps start to fall, make sure your furnace isn't going to fail. Furnace maintenance from All Phase guarantees that you and your family are ready for all phases of winter. Hi, this is Jackie with All Phase Heating, Cooling, and Geothermal, serving Dodge, Fond du Lac, Marquette, and Green Lake counties. Invest in a maintenance program that will help your unit run more efficiently, lower your heating bills, and heat more reliably. Ask us about energy.
Okay, let's start with some clouds, some mountains over there, and finally, a river. Hey, Dad, look.
Looks like the perfect spot.
American Family Insurance is here to protect your family on the road with the Travel Peace of Mind package.
American Family Insurance.
Visit Brad Tagle Petra today in Fond du Lac or Ripon.
Katie's Log Cabin of downtown Oakfield says, go Oaks in your game today. Choose from apps, wraps, wings, burgers, pizzas, roasted chicken, steaks, and prime rib, Friday and Saturday fish fry, and more. Katie's Log Cabin of downtown Oakfield. Also see them for a huge catering menu. Life is better at the cabin, where family and friends come to celebrate daily. Good luck, Oaks, in your game today from Katie's Log Cabin.
Real estate is something that we are doing together. We're in it together till the end. The best achievement that I can have is when the property successfully closes.
Probably the most rewarding part of my role with Addison Jones and Signature Homes is the ability to take a client from the very beginning stages of building a new home all the way down to the point where we turn the key and move them in, and watch their eyes light up as they see the finished product.
Buy it, sell it, build it. That's Addison Jones.
Welcome back here to the Fox Valley Savings Bank postgame show. Glad to have you along this evening. Jordan King, Cam Hatcher with you. Fox Valley Savings Bank, looking for a loan with no hassle? They can help. Local bank, local lenders, your community. Your local community bank, Fox Valley Savings Bank. And appreciate them sponsoring our postgame show. The final score here this evening, 73-49. And Springs just really got after it here in the second half. And we'll start with our Marion University turning point of the game. Log on to marionuniversity.edu. Get started today. Cam, I thought that the couple of threes for Ben Baker, who, he usually fills in, chips in 6.5 points, 5 boards. Again, a 5'10 player chipping in 5 boards, I think, is pretty impressive.
Yeah.
But those couple of threes were big for Springs in that second half. It extended what was a 9-point lead, finally got them over the hump to hit that 15, 16, 20-point lead, and then they just kind of rolled from there.
I feel like he got him going to start off the game, and that really changed that momentum in the second half. You're right. Once he hit that three, that really – you could see the look in their eyes. They knew it was over from then.
Yeah, and you're right. I think that part of it is not having the legs. Part of it is when momentum's not going there and you don't have the legs, there's nothing really to you're running on fumes then. I think that was the case for Oakfield here this evening. All right, we're going to take another timeout. When we come back, hopefully we will have a player of the game to chat with. Players starting to come out, as is a couple of the coaches as well, so hopefully Coach Krieger as well. We'll talk to them when we come back. Fox Valley Savings Bank post-game show rolls on right after this. Stay with us.
The Oakfield Booster Club is a proud sponsor of today's game. The Oakfield Booster Club is a nonprofit organization that supports athletics and other projects that affect the youth of our community. The money raised helps to purchase athletic equipment, off-season programs, facility improvements, and more, scholarships, and many other items for the district and our community. The Oakfield Booster Club is a proud sponsor of the Oakfield Oaks in today's game. Log on to facebook.com/the Oakfield Booster Club.
Back here at Oakfield High School, got the Fox Valley Savings Bank postgame show. Here with our BCI Burke player of the game. Log on burkecareers.com for your start your career with BCI Burke. And here with John Kuhn. John, the holiday tournament probably didn't go how you guys wanted to. How important was tonight? You got a big one on Friday against Amro. You're not looking forward to that, right? Not looking ahead. What was tonight about for you guys trying to get back on track?
I mean, tonight was about getting that momentum to go into Friday and obviously get a win because it's conference. But yeah, last week didn't go how we wanted, so I'm glad we got the win and we're ready to go Friday.
What would you say the learning lessons were over that holiday tournament? Those are two really good teams that you guys played. What'd you guys take from that?
Like Coach said, we didn't rebound like we usually do there. So I think tonight we did a lot better on the glass and stuff. So we need that for conference.
Something that seems to be a big part of your guys' identity is the deflection stat, right? It seemed every time down the floor you guys were getting hands in the passing lane. How important is that for you guys, and what kind of job did you think you did tonight?
I thought we did a stellar job tonight. The guys were getting hands on everything, so, I mean, yeah, it was just an awesome job tonight.
Last one for you. Group effort here tonight, really balanced attack. When it's going like that, how hard are you guys to play with, and how hard are you guys to beat?
I mean, we're really hard to beat. We have a bunch of scorers. Everyone can score on our team, so it's just awesome. The ball was moving. Everyone was getting their buckets.
John, congratulations. I think that's number 2 BCI Burke player of the game this year, so congratulations. Good luck. Go get him on Friday.
Thank you.
There you go. Can we ask you a couple questions? Here with Coach Krieger. Coach, We'll keep it quick and keep it simple. We talked before the game about response from the holiday tournament. Did you like what you saw tonight?
Definitely. I think the guys did as well. It was good to see us compete and play pretty well on both ends of the floor. You know, we hit some shots. That makes a huge difference, right? Your defense looks better when you score. And, you know, we did a nice job. We had to have 30 deflections. You know, we talked about that a little bit, right? And we don't chart them on the sidelines, but I'll do that after. But we had to have at least 30 tonight, and whether we were playing man or zone. So, you know, that was encouraging.
Seemed like Noah might have had 20 by him. So he was terrific. We kind of set our turning point. Ben Baker comes out in the second half, hits a couple of monster threes. We've talked about him before this season, but he just continues to mature, it seems like, from the outside looking in.
Right. And I like him in there. He's steady for a sophomore, but the last few games he hasn't been looking to score at all. So we had a little conversation a few days ago, and then during the JV game, I told his dad, hey, you know, I said, hey, you got to look to shoot those open looks, and it was good. I think he probably attempted 5 shots tonight, and I know he hit at least 2 threes. So, you know, he's going to do what the team needs, and sometimes, I mean, he's one of our top 3-point shooters. So when he's open, he's got to take it. Yeah, and he did.
Coach, congratulations. Big one on Friday. Good luck, and go get him up at Umra.
All right, thank you.
There you go. That's Coach Krieger. Appreciate it, Coach. We're going to take another timeout. Come back. We'll give you our final statistics and wrap things up here from Oakfield High School. Thanks for tuning in. Fox Valley Savings Bank postgame show rolls on right after this.
Oakfield Elevator is a proud sponsor of high school sports. Oakfield Elevator is a feed and grain company. They service clients within a 30-mile radius of Oakfield. They specialize in dairy feeds, but also have steer, pig, chicken, and other small animal feeds, as well as corn for wildlife. Oakfield also has a grain facility in which they market corn and soybeans for local farmers. Oakfield Elevator of downtown Oakfield. Good luck in your game today.
Back here at Oakfield High School. Thanks again for joining us this evening. Jordan King, Cam Hatcher with you along here for this non-conference game between Oakfield and Springs. Game that used to be a flyway game. Both coaches mentioned that, and yeah, the flyway used to look a lot different, didn't it? So anyways, let's give you our final statistics. That's brought to you by the Leb Insurance Group, your MedElite partner. Your MedElite membership is a safety net that helps protect your home, family, and lifestyle. Learn more with the Leb Insurance Group. And final statistics here tonight. Let's give it to you first for the Oakfield Oaks. They were led by Bailey Shep, who had 13 points, 8 for Weston Bass, 8 for Bo Bile, 2 for Davis Dirks. Braden Glugla, had, 8 points, 4 for Hunter Sabel, and Mitchell Moser with 7. So just really struggled offensively tonight, did the Oakfield Oaks. And then for Springs, struggle, no such thing. 2 for Luke Schwartz, 3 for Braden Freund, 2 for Max Bauer, 4 for Sam Lucas, 8 for Caden Krusik, 10 for Caden Pitts, and then what turned out to be a big 3 here tonight, 13 for Ben Baker, 15 for John Kuhn to lead things, and 14 for Noah Mowell. Those the final statistics presented by Leb Insurance Group. And AirTech presents our next game broadcast. No matter which type of heating system you have in your home, knowledgeable technicians at AirTech Heating can perform a timely repair when things go wrong. Go to radioplusinfo.com for the complete schedule. And I can tell you where my next game is going to be. There's a couple of weeks from now. I'll be interested. Springs is kind of rounding a corner, it seems like. I know they took the lumps there, but listen, St. Mary Catholic is going to put a lot of teams, make a lot of teams feel pretty poorly about themselves in the way that they play. And for them to bounce back and play a tough Lourdes team the very next day, maybe some tired legs there, who knows. I think Springs is starting, when they play their best, and they're going to get another shot at Winnebago Lutheran coming up in a couple of weeks. The end of January, January 19th, that game comes up, and I'll be there. We'll be we'll be there along the way. But we got plenty of games. Head to radioplusinfo.com to see the full slate of games. Got plenty of games between now and then. But in the flyway, that's kind of the next big one that people got marked after what comes up on Friday with Omro and Springs. So there you go. Cam, pleasure doing it with you tonight again. And Springs gets the win here this evening. Like we said, though, I still think Oakfield can take some positives from this tonight.
Absolutely. I think you chalk that one up, say, tough game, guys. We're knocking the rust off. We had an extended break. We're here. We know we need to work on. And you can't imagine they're going to have another offensive night like that again. Yeah,
they did not shoot the ball well, did not take care of the basketball, and all of that leads to what is a final score of 73-49 on our Quest Interior scoreboard. For Cam Hatcher, for Big Nate on the switcher, appreciate him punching the buttons, making us sound and look good this evening. Appreciate all our sponsors up and down the line. Appreciate you tuning in and watching and listening here on radioplusinfo.com and The Source. Good night.
Edward Jones Representatives in Fond du Lac, Integrity Saw and Tool, Our Chiropractic, Fondy Family Dental, Baker Cheese.
Right Way Home Improvement, Quest Interiors, Addison Jones Real Estate, Holiday Automotive, Taco Bell,
Bristol Morgan Bank, Coal, Oil and Propane, Pioneer Pit Stop, Marco Tax Service,
Pizza Ranch, the National Exchange Bank and Trust, Marine Park Technical College, Silica for your home,
Rademan Stone and Landscape, Dufresne Moving and Storage, Winfield Homes, Everson Law Office, Bob's Pizza,
Airtech, Winnebago Lutheran Academy, Musa Sheet Metal, Scotty's Auto Works, St. Mary Springs Academy, Camera Casino,
Fond du Lac Credit Union, Hopper's Silk Screen and All-Star Trophy, New Medical Center, Muthig Industries, Pino Construction,
Len's Truck Center, Fox Valley Savings, American Family Insurance Agent Brad Tagliapietra, BCI Burke, Marian University, Into the Woods Wellness, Smith Builders.
Today's game is also presented by International Paper and Will Sport. Lighting and control systems made in Fond du Lac.